Hey everybody, and welcome to a Dank Dungeons one-shot, The Castle of Dr. Bonesaw MD. I am Lex Mandrake. I created the Dank Dungeons TV show, which is a fantasy comedy actual play RPG show on YouTube. You can find us, search Dank Dungeons. And you can also find us on Twitter at Dank Dungeons TV. So I've gotten a great crew of people together tonight for a really fun little comedy one shot. So we have Brittany from Venture Maidens. We have Jordan from what is your channel called again?
Forgotten Realms Explained.
Forgotten Realms Explained. And then we have Chris. Chris Boudreau. He's not from anything.
Hey, I got a castle's full of vassals.
Oh yeah, you do music. Castles Full of Vassals. I forgot. I was trying to think of RPG stuff you do, and I was like, oh no,
No, nothing official.
And then I am also taking the seat and the camera of Lizzy, who's going to come back on in a second when I exit. And you may remember her from the first season of Dank Dungeons. So, quick things about the show. Like I said, it's fantasy comedy, and we are gearing up to do a second season. So if you want to help us out with the second season, you can go to gofundme.com/dankdungeons and contribute some money. We're putting together a little studio space so we can shoot the second season in my basement. It's going to be great. We're going to have a fantastic set with all sorts of old game supplies in the background and VHS cameras.
It's all shot on old 80s cameras.
Oh yeah, dude, those maybe I'll grab one of those cameras and show you later, but man, they're from 1981. So, but yeah, so why don't you guys tell us a little more about the projects that you do? So, Brittany, let's start with you.
Sure. My name is Brittany Quintero, and I am a PC in our Dragons Real Play 5th edition podcast called Venture Maidens. We have a website. It's theventuremaidens.com. And on there you can find basically every link you could possibly need, including a link to Dank Dungeons on our website.
Jordan.
My name is Jordan, the PH is silent, and I run a YouTube channel where we kind of make digestible bites of Forgotten Realms lore. So there was a lot of confusing Forgotten Realms lore, and we're trying to basically make it accessible so you can just kind of sit down and watch an 8-minute video and understand more about the Forgotten Realms.
Chris.
Hi, I'm Chris Boudreau. Right now I'm dungeon mastering, but I am also playing music in Castles Full of Vassals, which is a band project I've been doing for a long time, actually probably almost 10 years now. And you can find me pretty much if you Google Castles Full of Vassals, you are going to find it because no one else has that name. It's the only benefit of having such a silly name. And it's on Bandcamp. On Twitter, I am HereWeGomez8. And I dungeon master a lot as of recently because I don't know why. I fell into it, I guess. And that's pretty much it.
Okay, so I think that's pretty much all for introductions. So I'm gonna give this seat over to Lizzy. We're gonna put the cushion back on it, and then we can get started. So as soon as she is situated, Chris can just begin.
Right on. Here comes Lizzy.
Oh my goodness.
Here comes the pillow first.
I did not ask
That's a nice
for this.
cushion.
I
That was
didn't
a nice
ask
cushion.
for this. I did not ask to be a VIP. It was really thrust upon me. It's fine. Hey guys.
Hey.
I'm Lizzy. I am on Dank Dungeons. Don't find me on Twitter. I don't do anything. Just this. I will plug it again though. We do get to film in a basement this year, so if you're feeling generous, just know that I'm super psyched for that. So
Live from a weird basement in North Adams, Massachusetts.
It's gonna be a great basement. It's gonna be dank.
All right. It's going to be a dank basement, all right.
So
All right, so our adventurers stand upon a hill, and the wind whistles through the trees, and thick clouds choke the sky. A solitary lightning bolt strikes through the air, illuminating the tragically uncool town of Hammelburgerberg. It is a smattering of lowly hovels hunching below a switchback mountain, And perching on that mountain like a decrepit vulture is the castle of Dr. Bonesaw MD, a noted madman, although he is an actual real doctor with real medical degrees. As the chill of the night sets in your bones, you are coming to the unfortunate realization that you're going to have to stay the night in this bummer of a town if you're going to get any sleep at all. At least the drinks will be cheap, you think with a feigned optimism. And as you walk down off the hill, down into the town, you see that there's not many buildings with lights on. There's one kind of in the center, and you walk up to it. From a small post hanging by one nail is the words "the Schnapps spot," and if you had to guess, this is probably the local watering hole or boozing hole. There's a door in front of you, and on the two sides there are windows, and facing outwards from the windows there's this magical text written kind of in cursive on both of the glass. On the left one, the word Mudwisers is spelled out in this red kind of glowing magical neon. On the right, in blue, is written Moor's Light. So you pass through the front door, and immediately your feet are stepping on peanut shells and probably mouse droppings, and there's kind of this crunchiness going on that's quite unpleasant. And around you, you see it's not an incredibly busy tavern. The first thing that hits you is a wave of stale beer and tobacco stench. And there's 3 tables with some chairs in the middle. And you see over by the where the actual bar is, there's a group of middle-aged raggedy men kind of hanging around in close conversation. You look at one of them. He's wearing a cut-off jean jacket. He's got a handlebar mustache. And you look at his arm, and you can see that there's a tattoo that says "Mom" in barbed wire. And attending to those 3 gentlemen, there is this kind of dapper, clean bartender, hair slicked back with oil, and he's wearing like a crushed red velvet suit. And on one of the tables, you see this small green, seems to be a goblin of some kind, lounging back in his chair with some kind of device strapped to his face, like over his eyes, covering both of his eyes in kind of this ovoid pattern. And then also another table, you see 2 women sitting having a drink, and they're wearing like these really heavy painter's smocks, like really heavy like workers' aprons, and then they seem to be covered in kind of paint or ink or some kind of black stuff. And that is the scene that you kind of walk into, the adventures of the night. What would you like to do?
Well, Hester has spent much of her time out in the woods and hasn't been properly socialized in quite a long time. So she is just going to waltz right up and grab a chair next to the goblin.
Okay. Yeah. As soon as you pull up a chair, he doesn't notice anything because his eyes are covered by this odd-looking steel device strapped to his eyes, and he's lolling back in the chair. And you can see that he's occasionally like swatting at the air and going, and there's like little spittles flying out of his mouth every once in a while.
I assume that this is very normal for goblins.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Well, I guess the first thing we should do, before I sit down, I turn around and look at the rest of the companions and be like, "Hey guys, do you guys want to go get a
pastry?" Yeah. I think we all need pastries.
Sounds good. Yeah.
In fact, I'll go over to the bartender and ask for their finest pastry.
Okay. As you belly up to the bar, yeah, this man, it's odd. He almost kind of drifts up to the bar, like you didn't even notice him. You're like, where is he? And then all of a sudden, he's right there. Yeah, he's clean shaven, hair slicked back with oil, crushed velvet suit. And he's talking in like this kind of overly calm, almost unearthly manner. He says, "What can I get you, sir?"
I would like a Danish.
Right away, sir. And he just kind of fades back and kind of drifts away for a second. And as you're looking around, you look around for a second, then all of a sudden he's back up in your face with this little plate with a nice, perfect little Danish on it.
Thank you.
Yes. 1 silver, please.
I pay him.
No. Anytime, sir.
Oh,
Drips away.
you're gone. You're gone again.
That's
See, that's a neat trick.
Yeah, he's going over to attend to the three guys over on the other side of the bar.
I'm gonna turn and ask the goblin. So, what are you swatting at?
Oh, tavern simulators, just as real as a real tavern. This is amazing.
Cool. I don't know what. She's gonna be like, all right.
Yeah, he just seems to be. It seems like he's pretty engrossed in whatever he's seeing through this device, believing any kind of external stimuli is coming through there.
I think Tad is kind of bummed out that he's stuck here and would like to ask the cool-looking dude in the boss jean jacket vest if there are any shows playing so that he can get his mosh on.
As you step up and say, I mean, yeah, there's we got shows like every weekend, wherever, but you know, it's you wouldn't know the bands. It's pretty cool. You got, you know.
Oh, you think I haven't heard of the bands? You think I haven't heard? Try me. Try me.
He's
Who's
like,
here
well.
this weekend?
He says the
hip.
swinging kobolds. You heard the swinging kobolds?
Yeah, but I'm really only into their older stuff.
Yeah. He like looks you over and he's like, yeah, me too. Anyway, my name's Earl. And like puts out an arm for a handshake.
Nice. I'm gonna spit into it.
Yeah.
Back.
He's like, all right.
Nice. Excellent.
And he'll actually he'll look over to you guys and say, what's your deal? What you here for?
We're just stuck here, man. We're just on our way to find something much cooler, much radder, but like it's dark outside.
Yeah, I hear that.
Gotta lay your head
I'm
somewhere.
stuck here for 20 years myself.
Oh man.
But you know, I'm getting out, you know. I'll be getting out
Good for you.
eventually.
Good
Yeah.
for you.
Totally.
So what's there to do around here? What's good?
Oh, you know, like me and Rodney, you know, like hang out sometimes and you know, like just push over cows and stuff. But like mostly it's just kind of hanging out here. And sometimes a band play or whatever. But
Nice.
yeah, it's not too bad. You know, you can tell this guy is like definitely is a townie. Like,
Yeah. He's
Probably
never
been
getting
here a
out of
little
this
too.
town, but I don't have the
Nope.
heart to tell him.
Nope, he's not. Okay. Yeah, and it seems like he's gonna go back to kind of pounding cheap ale with his two buddies there. And yeah. So, as you guys are kind of hanging around the bar, all of a sudden the door bursts open and slams against the wall. And in steps this portly man, wild black hair, styled in a sharp split down the middle, and he seems to be wearing coattails and a silk vest, adorned with kind of like a large brass pin. And he looks exhausted and annoyed as soon as he gets in the bar, and runs over to the bar and says, "Lloyd, drink!" And Lloyd's like, "Of course," and just like very gently places down this drink. And the guy downs it. And he looks around at the crowd and he says, "He's stealing bodies again. That goddamn madman is ripping our grandpappies and grandmamas from their grave and performing perverse rituals on them." And as soon as he says that, he takes a whole another drink down. And from around the crowd, you can hear kind of like, "Oh, not grandma," you know, like these like, kind of shuddered gasps. And he says, "I can't take it. We can't take this any longer. All those times I've seen that little munchkin of his rooting around the bones of me ancestors. We're gonna stop it. And we're gonna stop it tonight. Who's with me?" And he looks around the crowd. And although like people were kind of aghast as he's looking around the crowd, you can see some people are kind of like shuffling their feet and looking down like, I don't know. And you can hear Earl say, "Is like, I don't know, that place kind of spooky. I gotta be at work in the morning." You know.
Hester stands up on her chair and turns around. She's like, "What? What are you talking about?"
He says, "You, strangers from town, strangers from out of town, come here."
I've got like a half-eaten Danish in my mouth. Like, huh? What?
Yeah,
Walk over.
yeah.
Yeah, I'm interested. There are
Because-
bodies involved.
Says he's like taking a stern look at all of you. And he says, "You look like the type that values coin and fame. What do you say to killing a madman tonight?"
Sick, bro.
Yeah, I've never killed anything.
Ever?
I mean, I've eaten stuff, but I don't count that as killing.
Now it's time to see where the madman comes from. You gotta kill it to know where it comes from.
Okay, wait.
And he says, Dr. Bonesaw MD lives up on Mount Burgerberg. Says, nasty son of a bitch. He says, it's been going on for years, as long as I was a child. And he says, they take the bodies, he does weird things to them, and I've had enough. I can't abide by it anymore. And he says, he's got a castle up there. I'm sure you saw it on your way in. He says, it's a horrible place. People don't go there, they don't come back. And he says, but it's up the side of the mountain. If you kill that man, and maybe even his little munchkin helper, I'll give you as much as in the city coffers. Maybe even a house here, if you want to stay.
Could open my own bakery.
We need a bakery. He says, like, matter-of-factly. Like, he's just like, yes, that's a thing that we need. Like, please, yes.
Okay.
You guys in? I mean, I don't want to go by myself.
I don't
Oh,
know what
we
a
should all
copper
stick
is,
together.
but it sounds good. Yeah, I'm about that.
Let's do it. I'm down for some gold.
Yes.
Oh, gold.
Yes. He'll clap his hand and says, wonderful. You should begin tonight. Can't let him live another day. And he will describe the path that leads up the mountain, up to the castle. And yes. And he'll point you out there. And as soon as he does, you can see this long twisting path that kind of snakes up this switchback mountain. In pretty much as soon as like you look up, and as you do, you can see another lightning strike, and you can see the outline of this castle. And he's just like points. And he says, "There." And if you'd like, you can start making your way to the castle, up the path.
I...
Okay.
I'll take point and I'll start walking up.
Okay.
Okay.
Master Chef in front.
I'm pretty tiny, so I guess I'll go in the middle.
Mm-hmm.
That's fine.
Maybe
I'll go in the back.
Tad Johnson taking up the back.
It's all right. I can cover your 6.
Something cool. Something
That's a
cool
very Tad
people
phrase.
say.
Yeah, that's a Tad phrase. All right. All right. So, you make your way, and it's like a 2-hour hike up this place. Like the town master was telling you, he's like, yeah, it's not that far. It's not bad at all. And but you're like, Jesus Christ, this guy was totally lying to us because it's taking like way too long to get up there. And as you walk through, you hear like kind of like owls out in the woods sometimes. You can hear, what sound like wolves way off in the distance. And it's a little unsettling, but you eventually do continue way up the path. And after about 2 hours, you can see 100 feet down the road what looks to be the castle grounds. And you're about 100 feet off. I'd like you all to make perception checks for me.
Ooh, I rolled a natural 1.
Nice. You're blind.
Where are we?
Where's the cursor? Oh God.
Oh, it's 6.
That I
That's
rolled the
6.
wrong dice for some
That's
reason.
you don't have a decent.
No, why?
Jesus Christ.
Oh no!
I rolled a 1 earlier when we were
Venture
testing.
over, we see nothing.
Yes. So it is dark. It is dark outside, so it is a bit tough.
Are we outside? I don't know.
Yeah, it's hard. It's like you think you might still be in the bar. So you can see, but you do see ahead of you. Probably the only thing that you can make out, and probably only because there was a lightning strike that lit it up, is this big front door of this place. You can see there's a lot of bramble. You've been walking through like bramble and like ill-kept woods, kind of overgrowing into the path and stuff. But you do see the lightning strike illuminates this big front door, and that's all you can see from your distance. So what would you like to do?
I'm just gonna run up and like open it. She has no understand. She's lived in a hut for 150 years.
Right.
Oh man, what does she look
If I
like?
see her running out there, I'm gonna be like, "You can't outrun me," and I'm gonna try and.
You're gonna
Okay. Okay. Both of you can make athletics checks to see who runs faster.
I rolled a. Let's see. I don't think I'm very strong in athletics.
Oh
A
man.
gnome? No. Gnome sorcerer? It's got to
I
be
rolled
super
an
high.
11.
You'd probably, yeah.
An 11. What'd you get, Master Chef?
I got a 17.
Okay, Master Chef easily outruns you.
And tiny little legs just can't keep up.
Yeah. You know, never run against the chef, is what the
Sprint
saying
walk.
I made up is. So as you're running, you're running towards the door, and the bramble kind of clears away for a second. You do notice that there is this kind of courtyard off to the right of you, and you can see you're like running past it down this path, and you're running past like some lawn chairs in the courtyard. You like almost trip over like empty beer cans that are out there, and you can see like some lawn darts sticking out of the lawn. And you can also see there's this large balcony overhanging the courtyard, and it seems to be that there's like these twisted, gnarled vines climbing up to the top of it. So yes, you're still running towards the front door.
Yeah.
Okay. So, yes, there's this large, it's a large door, as I think I've said 3 or 4 times now. And it is probably, if you had to guess, probably like 30 feet high. It's a big double doors, banded wood with iron, bandings. And on the in the center between the doors is this large letter B that's written out in like really intricate brass filigree. It's like all twisty and nice and stuff like that. And besides that, the door lies shut.
Is there a knocker?
Yep, there's 2. There's one on each of them.
Whoa.
Giving them a knock.
Yeah, I'll take it back and just knock real loud once.
Yeah, you can hear it like echoing from the inside. You wait a few moments, and there is no response.
Ooh.
Is it easy to push open, or is it a pull door? Does it say?
Yep, so right underneath one of the knockers it says "Please pull," written in a dark iron, made like really small letters,
Okay, good. You gotta check before you
Yep.
make a fool of yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, you want to try pulling them door open?
I mean, I'm not rude. Gosh. I don't know. Do y'all want to go in
I'm
this
just
way?
Tad.
I'm just Tad.
Yeah.
It's Tad.
I try to, like, with my tiny little hands, like, try to pull the door open. I'm assuming I probably can't pull it open. I'm like, come on, help me!
Yeah, make a strength check if you're trying to do it by yourself. You're basically like hanging from the
All right.
knocker, like your feet are off the ground.
Ooh, I rolled a, I don't think I'm very strong either. That is going to be a 4.
Oh, good. Yeah, it like I said, like you're hanging from it, your feet are dangling, kind of like kicking, like you're trying to get traction just to pull it open. And yeah, someone else would have to either grab you by the feet and pull you or pull the knocker themselves.
I was just about to say, I'll grab Hester by the feet and be like, we can do it together. And then,
Yeah, so you start pulling her feet, and she's like, I told you I could do it, And you pull open, and indeed, it doesn't seem to be locked. It is a heavy-ass door, though, so it does take some pulling, but eventually this large door slides open, revealing a dimly lit hallway inside.
Do any of us have dark vision?
Do you? I believe, yes, I believe the half-orc and the gnome would.
yes.
Oh, not even cool.
Yeah.
I have the light spell if anybody needs it.
Well, only one of us needs it, and it's me.
Have any torches? Tad?
I have a light cantrip.
Ooh.
Nice. Yeah.
I do
You can
have
cast
a
it on someone.
torch in my
Dark
Dungeoneering
vision.
pack.
Yeah, I'll go ahead and cast it over over Tad's shoulder, so that it's like it's like hanging out on your shoulder.
Okay.
That was mad chill of you. That was beautiful.
Yeah, you just you get bathed in this light, like over the side of your face.
Next time you want to break and enter, I will help. That's great.
Sure. Yeah, so you can all roll perception now that you all have some sight. See what you see.
Oh, much better. Oh my gosh. That will be
19, very good.
6.
6. Okay.
in
What do you get, Lizzie?
19.
Oh, that's right. And sorry, what'd you get, Brittany? 18. Okay. So everyone besides Master Chef, you're like lawn darts. Weird. The other two of you, you can see it's a dimly lit, long rectangular room, and you can make out what seems to be along the walls, set into the walls, on the long ends of the room, are these large casks. If you had to guess, some kind of casks. You can make out kind of what looks to be spigots driven into some of them, and some buckets placed underneath.
Ew.
And that's all you can really see from outside. It seems to go on for quite a while.
like a winery. Is that like a winery thing?
They look kind of like wine casks, yeah.
Is there booze in here? What?
Tad
Johnson.
You've made your way home.
Tad Johnson is turning a spigot. No questions asked.
All right, so you're running in.
Yeah. I'm like,
Okay.
oh, sweet.
All right. So you run in, and you turn a spigot, and it's like this kind of creaky, waterlogged wood, just like, and as you do, some dark liquid starts pouring out. Can't tell exactly what it is.
Is it all foam, or is it actually gonna pour right? Do I tilt it?
There's some foam there, definitely. Like you let it pour into the bucket at first, and it's like not a good head, But you let it go for a little bit, and you feel like you tapped it well now.
I'm gonna fill it just like Hillary Clinton, and it's all foam right here, and there's a little bit of liquid down at the bottom.
That's how you drink wine, fermented wine.
Is it like a sludge, or is it like?
No, it seems to be flowing out like water,
Vintage.
dark color. Yeah, it has not turned to vinegar, like balsamic vinegar yet.
Okay, yeah, I'm gonna drink it.
Okay, make a Constitution check for me.
Damn it. No, I knew what I did. 12, 13.
Very good. It is very tasty wine. There's nothing crazy about it.
Oh, God.
It is it's fine. I don't know how much wine knowledge Tad has. How many trips up to wine country he's taken.
This is the first time it hasn't been in a box, so like this is a new thing.
First time he hasn't slapped the bag. And it's lovely. You think you could easily get very drunk on it. The other two of you, what are you doing?
Had to see what was gonna happen.
Okay.
I don't know. I don't think.
Sorry, what was that, Jordan?
I asked Tad how the drink was.
Oh, it was all right. I could definitely get a buzz on from this. Like 1 or 2 casks. Be good. Do you want some?
I do. I think I want to try it as well.
All right, cool. I'm just gonna pass you my drink because I figure we're bros now, and we don't have germs.
Half orcs don't believe in germs. It's fine.
No. Germs no good. All right, so as all of you are in there, you can make out the rest of the room. There's these casks just lining the hall for a long ways. If you had to guess, this was some kind of entry hall originally, but seems to be refitted. There's probably some construction that happened, and they added these casks in here. And probably about halfway down this hallway, you can see there's a horseshoe bar made of some kind of rich dark wood. And standing behind that bar, you now notice, almost he kind of comes into appearance, is this older man holding a snifter of brown liquid up to the candlelight, observing it, like kind of studying it. He is his face is framed by a white pointed beard and a full mustache, and he wears a white suit coat cinched with a black bow tie. And you notice that there's this faint bluish glow emanating from his person. And you also notice that he's floating off the ground a few inches. And he notices you. He turns his bespectacled eyes towards you and he says, "Salutations, friends. Come on in now. Don't y'all be shy on me." And as soon as he says that, the door behind you slams shut.
Nope.
without any force seemingly put on it.
Yeah, roll an Arcana check to see if Hester might know what is this creature.
Absolutely.
That's 10.
10. You study a lot of different kind of ghastly, ethereal beings. It's one of them. He's certainly not if you had to guess, he's certainly not living. And he puts the glass down and he just starts kind of drifting towards you guys. And he has these suspenders that he's like pulling out. And he says, "Ladies and gentlemen, I do declare it is a wonderful sight to see friends. I have not had any fun in so long. The name's Beauregard, by the way." And he takes a large dip, like a large bow.
Hi. Spirit before.
And he says, "Now, that's no problem. That's no problem. I'm just happy to have someone to talk to. It gets damn lonely in here, let me tell you." And he turns his back and starts moving back towards the bar.
Mr. Beauregard, what are you drinking?
Yes, well, I'm glad you asked. A number of things, and I would be happy to serve them to you if you have me. He says, "This is some damn fine whiskey, but that's a private collection. Not much left." And you see he sips and the whiskey just falls on the ground, like falls through him onto the ground.
Comes from Master Chef's face. Whiskey,
Yeah. No. And he does say, he's like, "Now, what was that?"
Oh, nothing.
Someone. Okay. And he will say, come on, over here now." He says, all of you, just come to the bar for a second."
Okay.
I wander over.
And he says, "Now, my grandma, dear sweet as she was, she used to have a little, a cordial, you call it. Maybe it's a drink with friends. In fact, it's a couple drinks with friends. And whenever we had guests over, we had to have several drinks, 4 to be exact, and before we could part ways. And as he's doing this, he's taking several different kinds of glasses out from behind the bar.
Oh no.
And you can see already on the bar are like arranged a variety of different kinds of bottles in like different shapes, all with labels on them. And they're like different shapes, made of different glass, different kinds of liquid inside. And you can actually see a cooler off to the side with like some mixing equipment on top of it, like drink mixing. He says, "Here's how it goes. I'm going to tell you a little toast, and with each one, you got to drink the right drink. You got me?" And he puts out these 4, and he says, "And you got to drink them in order now, because that would only be proper, right?" And he points to Tad. Right?
Yes.
Right. All
Yeah.
right. And snaps his suspenders.
Oh god.
Am I standing next to Tad?
Don't be.
You can be if you'd like.
Standing next to Tab, and I kind of elbow you, secretively, and I'm like, "It's okay, I have an anti-toxin."
Oh, that's really great. Thanks, bud.
There you go.
I've never had
All right.
alcohol before. No.
It's Tad's first time in a while.
No, I'm kidding.
So, he will take out a number of glasses. The first one that he takes out is this big beer stein. And then he takes out another one, puts it next to it, and it looks like a martini glass, like a nice, like a kind of triangular martini glass. The next one he takes out is a shot glass, just right next to it. And then the last one he takes out is a champagne flute, like a long, narrow champagne flute, puts it next. You see all these drinks aligned on the bar. Would you... everyone can roll a perception check for this stuff.
Dean.
Yeah, it's easy enough to see. Some of them have kind of faded labels, but you can see them all. One of them is this small bottle, and it says Brass Dragon Brandy on it. There's one next to it that says Sawagan Stout. That's like big dark bottle. There's another one that says Cobalt Hard Lemonade, and it's a clear bottle. There's one next to it that says Dwarven Steel Ale, and it's made out of granite. There's a tall bottle of like a yellowish liquid with a little worm in the bottom, and it says Purple Worm Tequila. There's a real lovely bottle next to that says Arcane Champagne. There's another bottle next to that says Gin, so it's DJINN, GIN.
That's bad. Oh.
Yeah.
Did you make these up?
Lex made these up. I made up some of them. You see another one that says Yeti Lager, and it has just like this illustration of this big, like, abominable snowman. And finally, next to that, you see High Elf White Wine, and in parentheses it says Aged to Perfection.
That's so perfect.
And he says, now, the coronation must begin. We must enjoy ourselves a few drinks. And he says, the fearless adventurer never forgets a well-forged axe. And he puts his hand over the beer stein. A pocket full of wishes, puts his hand over the martini glass. And even if they're in the Underdark, and taps the shot glass, they're always up for brunch. And he puts his hand over to the champagne flute and says, now, choose your drinks, ladies and gentlemen. Or gentlemen and lady. Forgot the sexes are reversed, kind of.
I'm going to take...
Oh gosh. So
I was not as smart and got about half of them written down before I realized I should be writing them down.
Okay.
I didn't think there would be so many.
There's a lot.
There's a lot of
I
alcohol.
wrote Yeti Lager, Gin, Arcane Champagne, Purple Worm Tequila, Brass Dragon Brandy, Shahwin Stout, Cobalt Hard Lemonade, and Dwarven Steel Ale.
Yep. That was all of them.
So do we want to do, is it Dwarven Steel Ale, Gin Martini, Purple Worm Tequila, Arcane Champagne?
Like it.
We're...
We do it one at a time and see if we fail.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you want to take the drinks and pour them in there? Yeah, like he's like, be my guest, please. Beauregard demands.
Maybe the Dwarven Steel Ale in the beer stein?
Okay, yeah, you pop the cork on this kind of granite bottle, and it's like syrup, pretty much, pouring into the beer stein.
Nice.
Would you like to take a drink?
Who wants this one?
The Dwarven Steel? The Dwarven Steel Ale, yeah.
I'll take this one. I've already had a drink of something unknown.
Sure.
Sure.
All right, you grab it and take a long pull, and it is strong, almost like coffee and tobacco, but really good. It's deep, dark. And he says, "Lovely choice. Who's next?" And he's like, plays with his suspender strings, like pulling them left and right.
I'll take the Purple Worm Tequila.
Okay. And what you pouring that into?
Into the shot glass.
All right. Whoop. And indeed, a little purple worm falls out into the tequila glass.
Yep, and I take a shot.
You take it back, and you almost feel like numbness like coat your mouth, and it turns into this kind of fire, and you're just like, oh boy, yeah. But tastes lovely. There's something there. There's something very good tasting about it. He says there's a bit of the strong stuff from down south, but Beauregard likes to imbibe only on Saturdays. And basically says lovely choice as well.
I'm gonna go grab the gin,
The gin.
and pour it into the martini glass.
Yeah, and this bottle, it's a brass bottle that looks like a hunter's lamp, you know, like.
Whoa.
And you pour it out into the martini glass, and he says, "Oh," and opens up the cooler and brings out a little tray of olives with one of them speared, and he's like, "Don't forget the olive," and puts it in there.
Aw. I take two olives and I eat one.
We like it dirty, do we? And puts another one in there. Yeah, and you take it back, and it's rough. It's rough, but it is also very tasty. And he says, "And who's gonna pour the last one for old Beauregard?"
I look over at
Does
Tab.
the champagne?
Go for it.
I'm not a champagne kind of half orc.
Didn't take you one for one.
Alright, I'll take the bottle, and as I pop it, I'm gonna aim it right at Beauregard's face
Okay.
and pop it open.
Make a dexterity attack.
Oh, that's
roll
awesome.
D20 plus your dexterity modifier.
Oh, that's gonna be bad. He's very clumsy. 15.
Not bad. Plus anything?
No.
Oh, okay. Okay. Yeah, you pop it open, poof, and it just sails right through Beauregard's forehead.
Whoops.
And he says, "Sir, that's not very nice." And you can see like his eyes kind of glow red for a second, and his jaw kind of opens up, and he says, and then he like shakes his head, and he says, "Sorry, something came over me. All I need's a drink, just a quick drink to cool off." And are you gonna pour the champagne in?
Yeah, I'm gonna do it quickly.
And he does, and then he says, he takes it, and he's like, "Now, oh, wait a second." And he pulls out from underneath the table a little carafe of orange juice. He's like, "Can't forget the mimosa part of it."
Ooh, there you go.
It says, as you're all holding the drink, he says, "Cheers."
Cheers.
And he takes it down, and it all falls to the floor. And he puts it down and says, "Well, it was lovely having guests, but I know that you got to be going on your way. It was fun. Come visit old Beauregard some other time." And as he says this, he's like, and he just vanishes into the wall behind you, like disappearing essentially. And you can see, you notice it now, but the doors at the both end of the halls kind of had this bluish glow over them, similar to like the kind of bluish glow that Beauregard had around him. And as he disappears, you can see that bluish glow kind of drop and dissipate.
We should have asked him where that doctor was. We got a little sidetracked.
Yeah. I swipe the bottle of tequila.
Okay. Yes, the purple worm tequila is yours.
And I'm gonna grab that Shahan Stout.
Sahagan? Yeah. I don't know how to pronounce it either.
Shahamana. And I'm gonna
Stout.
I'm just gonna hold on to this. I might need it later.
Sure. Yeah, it's this kind of like weird bulbous glass bottle, you know, with kind of one of those like Grolsch bottle stoppers where it's like it has like a little wire attachment thing on it. But yes, you're standing in the wine hall, and you can see that there's a door ahead of you. If you would,
Mosey on over to the door, I suppose.
Yeah, let's get out of here. This is creepy.
creeped out by Beauregard.
Better.
Ted
Yeah,
is
I want to
spooked.
get out of here.
You guys did a very good job. You got all that on the first try.
That was super cool.
Excellent work.
Oh.
All right. So, yeah, the door you come up to, and it's this kind of arced doorway, kind of similar to the doorways that you had entered the castle into, and it doesn't. Nothing seems odd about it. It's just this strange. It's just a strange door. Just this door that you can open if you please.
Let's
So
open
a
it.
weird door. Yeah.
Is it a push or pull door?
This one says push underneath it.
Tricky. Okay.
Yeah. See. But you can tell that Dr. Bonesaw, adheres to the whatever kind of code regulations there is to have to label these things.
He's like ADA
That's the
compliant.
inertia.
That's good.
ADA compliant, exactly. Better safe than sorry. Pushing
If
open
it
the door.
opens.
Yeah, so you push it open. It doesn't seem locked, and it swings open, and you enter into this large circular room full of vaulting shelves, covered in an array of different vials. And each shelf is probably big enough for a child to fit on, and the shelves ascend about 30 feet each. A large wrought iron chandelier hangs from the ceiling in the middle of the room. And there's also a number of desks and workbenches covered with notes and glass chemistry equipment. Bolted to the wall is a large iron pipe that snakes down to one of the desks. And there is a large brass knob at the end of it, and it has a nozzle that's dripping like a faucet. And as you enter the room, you can hear a rummaging noise. And on the chair that is obviously too big for him is this gnome body that is hunched over and searching through the desk. And you can hear a voice say,
I know the master has something in here that could do away with these foul-smelling interlopers. They're such garbage people. They make me throw up in my mouth.
and then he looks up and sees you all, and he says,
They smell so wonderful and amazing. Hello, friends.
and when he says that, he's like, hello, friends, and he stops for a second and goes, ah! And he throws something, and you can see flying through the air is this vial. And it goes right past you, and to the side of you, and smashes, bursting open whatever liquid was inside, and it hits a couple of, it hits like a coat rack and a broom, and you can see that, to your surprise, these objects start to creak and kind of move as soon as like the liquid starts kind of soaking into them, and they start like kind of walking almost and kind of like becoming animate. And you hear Melvin, whoever the gnome is, says,
Well, that wasn't the right potion. I'm sure one of these will work.
and as he does, he takes a swig from some other unknown bottle and throws it to the ground, and it smashes. And at that, he leaps off the chair onto the top of one of the shelves. And as he does, the coat rack behind you slams the door shut, and the furniture begins to lunge at you. And at that, I'd like all of you to roll initiative.
Oh,
What a dick, man.
I rolled an 11.
Good job.
Let's see. Oh, God.
8.
8. Let me get your tokens here. Copy.
That's great. His icon.
All right. Yeah, I only rolled an 8. That's what it is.
So I'd say you guys are kind of like that. Let me change the music here. Boop, boop, boop. And yes, you see this this broom come out of that was kneeled next to the door, kind of sprouts these arms and starts walking towards you. And the other one, token layer. That's what I wanted. Okay, so with that, we can do some initiative. 20 to 15. Anybody for initiative?
Well, I had 11.
You had 11. Okay. So those. So With an 11. Lizzie, what'd you get?
An 8.
An 8.
I also got an 8.
Jordan?
8.
What was that? Okay. Lizzie, what's your dex modifier?
0.
And what's yours, Jordan?
+1.
One more time. +1. Okay, so you'll be going just slightly before Lizzie. Okay. And
This music.
It's so good.
Melvin. And okay. So yes, you see this dwarvish figure leap onto one of the shelves, and he is going to. He's carrying as he jumps up, he's carrying this bag full of potions, and he's going to reach inside one and hurl it at you. So he will throw one of them, which will be. He throws this potion and it lands probably right in front of Jordan's character, and it scatters across the ground, and you can see this as it scatters across your feet, you can see this gloopy mess, this sticky gloopy mess kind of cover your feet. So call that one this color, and we'll do. Nope, that's the wrong one. Nope. No, your face is going. No, I'm sorry. I'm just trying to remember the correct thing. I just want to make a square. That's what I wanted. Whoop. Okay. So yeah, it scatters across the ground in this kind of gluey, gross substance. And he'll throw another. All right, and he will look over to the furniture, and he's reaching around the bag. He's like,
I think this is the right one.
and hurls it. And when he does, it breaks open, and it seems like it's just water, just covers the ground over where the sassy cabinet is. And he's like, I don't think that was the right one. So yes, that'll be him. Brittany, you are up. What would you like to do? Hester.
To cast Witch Bolt.
Witch
At
Bolt.
him. Yeah,
Okay.
I like that one because it locks on, and if he has to make a save at the beginning of his next turn.
Yes, he does.
Oh, awesome.
Yes.
What, a d20 to hit? Or does it automatic? No.
Witch Bolt?
Long time.
Yeah.
I think it's an attack roll, and then it locks on.
Mm-hmm.
Gotcha, yeah.
Focusing spell. Witch Bolt. Witch Bolt. Yep, range attack spell. And on a hit, he's going to take damage.
Stand by. Adding up. A 9.
A 9. That will miss. As it goes, you let out this bolt of black energy, and it bursts against one of the cabinet that he's standing on. There's a bunch of chemicals and potions that break open. He's like, ah! Ah! And you just see this multicolored shit dripping down the cabinet. And just because it's fun, just because you told me that you're a wild magic sorcerer,
Yeah.
so you roll that money.
I have to roll something, right?
If you roll a 1, you'll roll on the wild magic surge table.
I did not roll a 1. Well, I did
Okay.
earlier, but...
Yeah, the wild magic didn't overtake you this time. Okay, would you like to do anything else with your turn? All right. In that case, we have Master Chef.
I'm gonna feel out this goo stuff. Am I stuck? Is it slippery?
Sure are. Yes. So this is that one. So make a strength saving throw. What did you get? An 8. 10. Okay. Yes. So you are. As soon as you're covered, you try to pull up your feet, but they're pulled. They're stuck like glue. It seemed some kind of gluey substance stuck you to the ground. So as of right now, yeah, you can't move. But
I will pull out my great axe and have it at the ready, though.
Okay. Very good. Get the tangle rules. Right, quick. Restrain.
Okay, so it's up to you to get that guy on top.
Yeah. All right. So you got your stuff ready. So Tad would be up.
I'm going to move just a little bit over into here and take my warhammer, both hands, and whack at this broom.
Okay. Go for it.
You got it. 12.
12 plus.
16.
Yes, that will hit.
Awesome.
You'll
Roll up
strike
some
the broom.
All right. That's
7?
7. Yep.
Okay. Yeah, you come down with your axe, and like the broom just shrugs for a second with his newly formed arms, and you just cleave off one of the arms, and it just clatters to the ground.
Awesome.
Would you like to do anything else with your turn?
Not right now.
All right. In that case, seeing it's his buddy the broom getting de-armed, this sassy cabinet kind of moseys up to you and looks to pick a fight. So the furniture will attack you, Tad. Both coming at you, coming at Tad. So let's see. 12 to hit.
No.
And almost got a natural 20, but it didn't. And 10 to hit. So the broom just like tries to whap you with like the end of it. You're able to bash out of the way, and the drawers of the cabinet just start like coming out, trying to hit you as well. Both of which will miss.
Awesome.
Okay. And at that, you see the gnome leap off of this cabinet onto another, like a frog almost. Whoosh. He goes, through the air. Yeah, he's gross. And at that, he will reach into the potion bag a couple more times and hurl 2 more potions. All right. And this one, he will throw... All right, he throws this red-looking potion on the ground. And it splashes open, and as soon as it splashes open, it ignites like napalm and erupts into fire. So make a... I can't remember your name. I'm sorry, Britt. Hester. Hester and Tad, please make dexterity saving throws.
Ooh. I rolled an unnatural one.
Oh, good. That's excellent. Very good job.
Oh, a 3.
All right. So you'll both take 7 points of fire damage as it bursts into flame around you. There's like a small study desk by you that is also now just kind of flickering with flame. And you can see Melvin's like, I don't think that one was right either. He's still like searching through his bag. At that, Tad, what would you like to do? Nope, sorry, Hester. God.
I definitely
take this
want
tape off so I remember the names.
little buns right out of that fire.
Okay.
I'm actually going to return the favor and cast Firebolt.
Ooh, all right.
It's words in gnomish.
Creature.
Yeah.
The hardly gnome.
Yes. All right, I'm going to cast that. I'm going to do it.
Range attack spell.
Oh, yeah. I rolled the 19 plus a 4 is my spellcast attack bonus. So that's going to be a 23.
That will definitely hit.
Okay, so it takes 1d10 fire damage.
Yes. What was that?
I rolled a 2 damage.
Oh, okay. This little mote of flame flies up and just bursts against his shoulder. Not horribly effective. Sorry, Hester. Anything else you'd like to do with your turn?
I don't draw one of my weapons. I have a sickle. I'll draw my sickle just in case.
Yeah. Nothing scarier than a dwarf with a sickle. All right. Master Chef, you are up.
You gotta get out of this fire.
Yes, and the goo. You're in the cross section of the goo and the fire.
Does the fire melt any of the goo and give me advantage on the strength
That's
saving?
a great point. I would say it does. I would say it does.
Ooh.
So you can make a strength. You can make a strength check, or actually, hold on. Is it check or saving throw? Yes, strength saving throw with advantage.
Okay, so that's 10 for the first one and 9 for the second.
Not great. A little bit under what you needed. So even though, yes, the glue is melting and it smells horrible, you're still like on the ground, can't quite move.
I'm stuck.
You're stuck? Yeah, unfortunate. Okay, and that'll bring us to Tad.
All right. I am going to keep whacking away at the furniture and hit again at the broom. I'll hit the broom.
Sure.
Got 8, 9, 10, 12.
12, just a little bit under what you needed. You make a hearty swing and the broom just kind of like ducks out of the way. Pretty nimble for a broom.
Well, that sucks.
Yes. Anything else for yourself?
Nah. Just be
Okay.
disappointed.
So the sassy drawers will attempt to. The sassy drawers don't have much in the way of intelligence because they're animate furniture. So it immediately clops into the goo and just and you can tell it's probably going to pull off its varnish. And the sassy drawer will attack Master Chef. A slam attack. And that'll be a 9 to hit. I imagine that fails.
That does fail, yes. That misses.
Okay. And the broom will attack Tad for 9.
Nope.
Because he can't roll worth a shit. AKA I can't roll worth a shit. All right. And at that point, you see that the fire begins to dissipate. It eventually burns up, and there's smoke kind of rising through up to the ceiling, up to the chandelier. But it is not bad enough that you would be burned anymore. Let's see. The gnome is going to hop again over to here, and you can see that this there's like a little like dark light gray outlining there in the center of the room. That's where the chandelier is hanging from. So like right over that, above probably 10 or 15 feet. And he jumps over to it and hangs from it, and again reaches into his pouch and throws some more potions. And actually what he's going to do, he's going to dig a little deeper and try to get one from the bottom. All right, so he's going to throw another one. And let's say for fun, he's aiming it at Tad.
That's not
And yeah, well, it's fun. It's tons of fun.
Shitty.
And
Blasty blast.
Ah.
yeah. but he also gets the 2 furniture people in there. And let me just look up this spell real quickly, just make sure I understand how it works. Okay. So as he throws it, it's just this clear liquid, and it sprays out, and you don't notice anything for a second, but all of a sudden you see through the cracks of the stonework, all these large, twisty, gnarled spikes kind of come out and start piercing through, almost like, and they're like plant-like vines, like thorns almost, coming out of the ground. And you not take any damage now, but you think if you were to move through these, it would be quite painful for you.
Yikes.
All right. And in fact, Hester is up.
I'm gonna cast Ray of Frost at the
Nice.
gnome.
Right on.
So let's see, a ranged spell attack. Oh, it rolled cocked.
You can roll again.
It hit my cord.
Yeah. Cack dice.
It was a 2. So a 6.
Oh. 6, that's going to be a little bit under. Yeah.
Yeah, that's it.
Everyone's rolling bad tonight. It's just bad roll fest.
On fire. It's fantastic.
Yeah.
You were on fire.
Yeah.
Might
You
switch
were
out
on
my
fire.
dice.
Yeah. All right. Anything else, Esther?
Have any bonus thingies?
Okay.
No.
Yep. All right. In that case, we have Chef up.
He's there. I'm gonna smack him and then try to escape in a little bit. So I'm gonna take out my great axe and slap him in the face.
You got it.
That is an 8 + 5, so 13.
13 will just miss, unfortunately. Yeah,
Hey, can I make a strength saving throw to get out of this stuff?
you sure can.
That is another 5 + 5, so that's 10.
10? Not enough. Oh, God. Stuck in the glue, your worst enemy. Yeah, it's this horrible glue, and it's probably because like you're a barbarian, you're probably wearing like fuzzy, like boots made of animal hide or whatever. And it's just like pulling it, it's just nasty mess. It's not a fun sight for anybody.
So, like, I could slip out of my shoes, but I don't want to, they're very important to me.
That's a good point. You could slip out of the shoes. Let's see. We got Tad is up again.
All right, I'm gonna whack the broom again.
You're all out against the broom.
I'm tired of it.
Yeah. He's an asshole.
That does not. No, that's an 8.
No, that's not gonna do it.
Sad.
Yeah. Bob and weave goes the broom.
That's bullshit. Okay.
Now I want to hit the broom.
I know,
Yeah.
right? It's just being a little
in
dingus.
moving against you, away from you rather. Let's see. Okay. The broom, as it's bobbing and weaving, does move into this other square, and as he does, all these spikes just kind of come out and kind of mess up his like the bristle area for some damage.
Good.
Okay. Seems to mess up his bristles pretty bad.
Awesome.
All right. But he will attack on you, Tad. 14 to hit.
Yes.
It will hit, finally. Something will hit something. Amazing. All right. So you'll take 4 points of bludgeoning damage as the broom's head just smacks against your head. And the cabinet will go against Chef, and he will miss with an 8. So once again, more shelves just coming at you, more dresser drawers popping out, trying to hit you in the face. To no success. Melvin will jump again.
He says, "There's got to be correct potion in here somewhere. I know it."
Is he on the chandelier, or is he on the ground?
He's on the chandelier, so he's like kind of crawling around on it. And he will throw one towards you. This one will be, fun. So he throws down this this bottle that almost seems to have a clear substance in it, and he throws it at Hester, and it smashes open against your chest. And as soon as it does, you become invisible. Your form disappears.
What?
Tight.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah, you completely well, I would say that the other people in the room you just see Hester vanish after this bottle breaks open on her.
That's gnarly.
Because I don't understand what's happening.
Yeah. All right.
I'm like, oh, I have a spell for this. Sweet.
Yeah.
Save that spell slot in my back pocket.
Yeah. All right. So, in fact, it's your turn, Hester. I'll give you a little icon. Remember? I'll give you a little ninja icon so you can see that you're stealth.
I'm going to use Tides of Chaos. It says,
That sounds cool.
Starting at first level, I can manipulate the forces of chance and chaos and gain advantage on one attack roll, ability check, or saving throw. I have to finish a long rest before I can use this feature again. And anytime take a long rest, you have to make me roll the Wild Magic Surge table immediately after I cast a sorcerer spell of first level or higher.
Okay.
Okay, so I'm going to get advantage, and then the next time I cast a spell, I'm going to have to check out my Wild Magic Surge. So,
Okay.
that being said, I'm going to cast Ray of Frost again in the center of the room.
Okay.
And so I'm going to do that with advantage. I need to stop rolling off the table.
Put it away. Put the dice away.
So the first one was a 4.
Okay.
And the second one was a 12, and my attack bonus is 4, so 16.
That'll hit.
Yeah.
That'll hit him.
10 damage.
Ooh, hot damn.
Yes.
All right. This was Ray of Frost, you said? So yeah, you put out your finger and this kind of laser beam of cold energy cuts across him. What's that?
8.
It was what?
Double checked. I should have rolled a D8 instead of a D10.
Okay. You can go ahead and roll that.
I apologize. Okay. Oh, that'll be a 7. That's still
All right. That is good. All right. Yeah, this ray of cold energy blasts across his face, and you can see like icicles kind of form on him. He's like, ah! Almost falls back out of the chandelier. Actually, let's see if he falls back out of the chandelier. He doesn't. He maintains control. Yeah, so it seemed to get him pretty bad. Will that be the end of your turn?
Yes.
Okay. We got Master Chef up.
Oh, I'm getting really angry, stuck in this glue. And
Yeah. Would you say
I'm
rage?
angry enough that I'm going to go into a barbarian rage,
Oh boy.
Mm-hmm.
which gives me advantage on strength checks
Sure
and
does.
extra damage. So first of all, I'm going to cleave this guy with an axe,
All right.
and that's an 18 plus 5.
That'll absolutely hit.
Oh, 1 plus 3 plus 2, so 6 damage.
Okay. Let's see. Yeah, as you come down, while one of the drawers is opening up, you just slam it, and the drawer just breaks off and falls into the glue. And
Awesome.
would you like to try to
And I'm going to
escape?
roll to get out of this.
Get out of the damn
That's a
glue.
Natural 1 for the first one, and a 14 plus 5, 19.
Yes, that'll be enough to pull yourself out of the glue. Thank God.
Hey.
Finally have movement.
I can go many places, but
Yeah. Okay. Very good, very good. Tad, you're up.
I am really mad at this broom.
Yeah.
Go whack it
Yeah,
again.
you and this broom have a real thing, a real
You-
animosity.
You know, if it wasn't inanimate, it'd be like a chemistry sort of thing, but it's not real. 19, which is a crit for me. 'cause
Oh, that's
I'm
right, because you're a fighter at 3rd level.
But that's actually 23. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's exciting. Okay.
Absolutely. So yes, that would be a crit for you. Roll all your damage dice twice, and then add your modifier.
Hell yes. All right, 3 and not a 20. Come on, bro. Go back to being a 10.
D20 damage.
All right, and an 8. So that is 11, 12, 13?
13.
Yep, 13.
All right. How would you like to destroy this broom?
So many ways. I wanna after I hit it, I wanna just pick it up with both hands and slap it over my knee and just like in half.
Yeah.
And then spit on it.
Absolutely. So
and then flick it off. Sorry.
Yeah.
There might be children. I don't know.
Yeah. Screw them. So yeah, like Bane with the Batman. Yeah, you just snap the broom, and you can almost hear a yell of pain coming from the broom, but you think it's just your imagination.
I don't care. I hope it felt it.
Yeah, hurl it onto the ground.
Get out of here.
The full Tad, some would say that move is called.
They will now.
They will speak of it in legend. All right, excellent job. Would you you still have some movement? Anything else you'd like to do?
I'm not gonna move. I saw what happened to that broom.
Okay.
Staying right here. That cabinet's next.
Yeah, that cabinet is up next, and the furniture is up next, actually. Seeing you break his friend
Come at me, bro.
in twain, the sassy cabinet will look towards you and attempt to bash you to the ground. Ooh, and he will roll an 18 on the die plus 3, so I believe that will hit.
Yeah. Yeah.
Maybe, who knows?
I guess.
That'll be 8 bludgeoning damage as the whole cabinet just arcs and whack, just right on top of you. And you'll just shake his cabinet head in disdain and disgust at you. Right. Melvin will jump again to the other side of the chandelier, and what will he do? He's gonna pick out another potion, toss it. Ooh, this is fun. So he would throw it, let's say here. It breaks open. Should have made a different color. This one, it's not glue.
That would suck.
It's this. He picks up this kind of sharp-looking bottle and hurls it at you. And there's this kind of bluish liquid inside. And as soon as it smashes open, you can see it's like a cold snap around you. Just all of a sudden, there's ice covering the ground, and it is amazingly cold all around you, all at once. And you will suffer. Make a Constitution saving throw for me.
I'm good at those.
Yes, you are.
That's 20, not natural.
Absolutely. So you would be taking 10, but you'd be taking 5 cold damage. And I don't know if you reduce that even further because you're a barbarian.
Maybe. No.
I think that's the thing you get later on once you like pick your tome.
It's just like bludgeoning and piercing damage and stuff.
Yeah. Cool. So yeah, cold snap around you. But you're hardy and hale enough that it is not too much of a problem. And let's change this to blue as not to confuse it with the glue. All right. And at that we have Hester.
I'm going to hit that dude. I'm going to hit, you said Melvin? Marvin?
Yeah. Melvin.
Melvin. I'm going to hit Melvin again. I'm going to try to cast Ray of Frost again.
You got it.
And that's going to be a 9.
9 total will miss, unfortunately.
Take
Another Ray of Frost smashing against some of the bottles on another shelf.
Wild magic surge, yeah.
Yes, so you got your magic surge. Roll that d20.
A d20?
When the music got epic.
Yes.
D100 or
so wild magic surge. The DM can have you roll a d20 And if you roll a 1, then you roll on the wild surge table.
I see. Okay, so I rolled an 8.
Okay, so no surge for you. Unfortunately or fortunately, depending on how you look at it. Because there is some fun stuff in that wild magic surge table, I'll tell you. So, yes, you stave off that. And actually, because you use an action, your invisibility drops. As you move and cast, your figure comes back into form. As everyone sees Hester, who appeared gone for a couple seconds, now back amongst you.
Yep.
All right, and Chef, you're up, and you're on this slippery ice below you.
I'm gonna take a swing at the cabinet.
All right.
16.
Yes, that will hit the animated furniture.
9 plus 5, so 14 damage.
It's just enough. How would you like to kill this sassy dresser?
Cleave it like right down the middle and just cut it in half.
All right. Yeah, as soon as you start coming down, you see two arms like, oh! Like it doesn't know what to do. And you splinter the wood directly down, and it falls into the glue and the spikes. And the furniture seems no longer alive. Badoop. And badoop. All right, would you like to do anything else with your turn?
I would like to move out of this ice.
All right, so this ice is considered difficult terrain. So you'll be taking double
1,
whatever.
2,
Yep.
3, 4.
Yep.
5, 6.
All right, cool. This arc is called The Story of Chef and His Limited Movement.
Yes.
This is what this is all about. All right. So, Tad, you're up.
Okay, so I know I can't move around in the spikes. Can I climb up the bookshelf?
You can certainly try.
All right, I'll try to climb up the bookshelf.
Right on. Make a athletics check for me.
Got it.
So the bookshelves are about 10 feet high. So you can get to the top there.
All right.
7...
8, 9, 10, 11.
11's enough. Yep. So yeah, you're just grabbing onto ledges and pulling yourself up. You can make it to the top of the 10-foot bookshelf easily.
Awesome, very cool. Once I'm up there, I'm going to take out my longbow, and I'm going to fire at Melvin.
Good choice.
All right, let's do it again. Oh, that's not going to happen.
It's not good. It's not good.
No.
Yeah, so you
It's a 6, no.
Yeah. Yeah, you let loose a bolt, and it flies past his head and smashes one of the parts of the chandelier, and there's crystal kind of clattering against the ground. All right. And will that be all?
Yeah.
All right. So the furniture is dead, but Melvin isn't, and he's getting nervous seeing you coming closer to him now. He's like, ah! Ah! He's just going to start throwing down potions beneath him. What's he get? He gets a... oh, yes, another ice bomb. So... shape. So, on top of Hester, you see another of these blue bottles get dropped down on you, and it smashes open, and immediately there's icicles just like falling from in the air and stuff like that. I need you to make a Constitution saving throw, please, Hester.
Oh no. Let's see. Okay. It's going to be a 7.
7 is not enough, so you will take 6 points of cold damage. As basically inhaling this immediate cold air is painful.
I'm at -2 HP.
All right, so you drop to the ground.
No.
Hester is down. And so it's Melvin. So you're up actually, Hester. I need you to make a death saving throw.
Oh God, I've never done one of these.
Okay, so you just roll a d20, add nothing. What'd you get?
Yeah.
Okay.
I got a 1.
So that means that you fail 2 death saving throws automatically.
Like surge if I'm unconscious.
That's a good question. No, you'd just be dying on the ground, unconscious. So yeah, you failed 2 death saves. 1 more, and it's unfortunately lights out for Hester.
Whoa.
All right. So we have Chef up.
Okay, do
And,
I help? Go ahead.
I was gonna say make a perception check for me. Yeah.
It's a 9.
A 9. Yeah. Just you're confused being a barbarian, and you're just like looking around. All you just see is bottles, all through like in the shelves, tons of bottles, and you're just like, the fuck's going on? You see your friend drop, so you can do what you like.
Boy, I think I'm going to. I run back to Hester and like force chug a healing potion down her throat.
Okay. Oh, you got one? Cool.
I have one, yeah.
Right on. Yes, so that would be at least in my house rules. It's a bonus. It's a bonus to take a potion by yourself. It's an action to feed it to someone else. So it would be an action to pour the potion down her mouth.
This like stops my rage too because I'm not hitting anything. So,
Right.
but it seems important.
Thank you.
Yeah, you just rage feed her the potion. Yes, so that's a normal potion. Is that a 2d4 plus 4? I think. Let me look that up real quick. Normal health potion. D&D 5. Oops. I believe it's 2d4 plus 4. Potion of healing. It is, yes, 2d4 plus 2 hit points.
You get my book.
Yeah. That'll be 2d4 plus 2 that you can roll them. Jordan, you can roll those.
That is 3 plus 2, 5 hit points.
Okay. Hester's up for 5 hit points.
So out of -2, that's I'm now at 3 HP.
Nope. So the negative in 5th edition, negatives kind of don't exist except in extreme matters. Basically, when you drop to 0, you're at 0. So you just gain it right back into the positive numbers is what I meant. Okay. Reawakened. Next is that was Jordan, and now Tad Johnson. What would you like to do?
It's gonna fire some arrows at Melvin.
All right, do it.
Right. That went behind the screen. Oh, is
Jesus
that a 1?
Christ.
Mother. That is a 1. 2, 3, 4. That's a
Jesus.
5. Yeah, no.
You guys.
Yeah.
You guys.
Gosh.
The worst. All right. Let's see here. Yes, he will reach in the bag and throw something at Tad, who is helping him with arrows, or trying to. All right, that's fun. Okay, this is perfect, actually. All right, let's get to correct color for this. Whoop. He throws this large bulbous potion at you. Throws it through the air, and it smashes on top of the shelf and like all down around the shelf, and it's this thick black grease. And I need you to make a dexterity saving throw, Tad.
That's perfect because Tad's so clumsy.
Ooh,
That is
but a 16. 16's good. You slip for a second and you're about to fall off the shelf, but you manage to catch yourself. This area, though, is not dangerous terrain, difficult terrain in the black square there. So all kinds of terrain types going on in this with all kinds of potions being thrown. Melvin will, I'll say, he takes an eye towards the large brass pipe that's hanging in the back of the room that had the small spigot on it with the dripping stuff, and he's taking an eye at it, but he jumps over to this side of the chandelier when he does. All right. And Hester is up, newly awakened, newly alive.
Hi, I'm gonna cast magic missile at his buns.
Right on.
See if I can find it. Magic.
Magic missile.
Okay. So let me make sure I head up my spell slots. So 3 glowing darts, magical force. Each dart hits creature my choice. Okay, so I can combine those into 1 dart. Attack. Come on, dice. Oh, okay. That's gonna be a 16.
Sure. You're using magic missile? I think magic missile hits automatically, if I'm not.
Sweet. Oh, it doesn't say. Yeah, it just says within range.
Yep. Yeah, it hit 3. It's usually 3 unerring bolts. They just hit.
I do that in the first place. Oh my gosh. Okay, so disregard my ranged spell attack.
Sure.
So I'm gonna combine all of those. So 1d4 plus 1. Do I just roll that 3 times?
Yes. So it would be 1d4 plus 3. I'm sorry, 3d4 plus 3.
1 plus 3. 6 plus 3. So 9. 9 damage.
Right on. All right.
Spell surge, because I just cast a 1.
Yeah. Yeah, so roll that d20. See what happens. This wild magic thing's fun. Did you get it? It was a 1?
No, I
I'm
rolled
sorry,
a
you cut
3.
out for a second. 3. Okay, cool. Very, very good. Yeah. That's a fun thing. I've never played with a wild magic sorcerer, so it's fun. It's like, ooh, I want it to happen. Yeah.
Yeah.
But anyways, yeah, so you cast your hand forward and 3 bolts kind of arc around you and then turn into this one kind of arrow of magical force and slam into Melvin. Yeah, there's like this big burning spot in the center of his chest. He's like, ah! Like freaking out, looking pretty worse for wear. All right. So.
I think that fool's still alive.
Yeah, he's looking pretty rough though. So anything else with your turn?
Of this frosty square, I got 25 feet of movement. So are these 5 feet squares?
So yes, normally the frosty squares are difficult terrain, so you'd be counting every the frosty squares as 10 feet, but everything else is 5, except for the glue and the grease. It's a mess in here.
So
Everything is just a mess. It's all around you. It's just glue and grease and ice.
All right. Okay, I moved.
Cool. Very, very cool. All right. So we got Chef is up.
Can I reach this chandelier? Like, can I jump up and grab it and try to like shake him off or climb up myself?
Yeah, you can probably definitely try. So let's see. A high jump would be if you're running 10 feet. What is your strength modifier?
3.
3. So normally, yeah, it'd be 3 plus 3, so you'd be 6 feet. I'd say that this chandelier is probably a little higher than that, but if you make a athletics check, you can definitely probably close the distance and get on there.
Okay, I'm gonna move over here and I'm gonna make an athletics check.
Right on.
12 plus 5, 17.
Yeah, so you can definitely make a basketball dunking jump and hang on to the bottom of the chandelier. I'd say if you use your action, you could probably climb like on top of it. If that's what you want to do, or you can kind of hang from where you are.
Can I shake him to have him fall?
Sure. If you wanna try, if you want to use your action to kind of like swing the whole thing back and forth, kind of deal. Sure. Yeah, I'd say you don't have to make a roll for that, but that kind of be your action to swing the whole deal back and forth. Let's see if Melvin can stay on. All right. He stays on for the moment, but he definitely like falls and like catches himself real quickly. Looks like he's not doing so well up there with you swinging around. All right. So, we got Tad again.
All right.
Tad in the grease.
Yeah, this is gonna make it a little harder for me to hit him now that he's shaking. But I'm gonna try anyway. Gonna do it anyway.
Go for it.
Bam. Yeah, that's a crit.
That a lot? Yep. Go for it.
Yeah.
Roll all that beautiful bean damage.
Oh, right. Oh my god. 1d8 piercing. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
7 total.
7.
All right. Yeah. So perfectly aimed shot. Like you see the swinging of the chandelier, and you like lead it perfectly. Let go of this arrow, and it lands right into his shoulder. And he snaps it off, and you can see there's just kind of blood coming down his shoulder.
Ooh.
Well, that ends your turn.
Yes.
All right. So, Melvin, looking around, seeing that he's in a bad way, reaches in and grabs one of the red-looking potions that he had, and he's looking at that large iron pipe that is leading down into the room and dripping, and he hurls it at it. And when he does it, this explosion, you can see the pipe splits open in the center and bursts, and a massive amount of water starts pouring out, filling the entire floor of the room, washing away the spikes and the ice and all the stuff, and pretty much anyone like on the ground right now is kind of swept up. It is like metric tons of water getting pushed through here through this pipe, and I would say definitely Chef sees this. You see him jump up to where the chandelier is reaching up into the ceiling, and he just overhand climbs up it, and you see. Actually, make a perception check for me, Chef, real quick. What was that?
By 13.
All right, definitely. Yeah, you're definitely close enough that you see him push this, what looks like a tile in the ceiling open, and like just pushes it over, and climbs up into there, and shuts it. And you are all in a room filling up with water now, and you're seeing that it's getting more and more full. And I think we're going to take a real quick break right there. If anyone needs any bathroom activity, we're out of initiative, and we'll be back in a second. So yes, as this massive pipe is burst open, the room is now flooding up with water. It's sloshing all around your feet. I'd say for Chef, it's probably just at your ankles. For Hester, it's like at your waist. What would you like to do? Oh no!
I shout to Hester, can you use your icy magics and maybe freeze that pipe?
Yeah. Yes.
Okay.
I will cast Ray of Frost over there.
Sure. Roll to hit.
Sweet. That is going to be a 22.
All right. So you cast it, and you freeze over some of the water as it's coming in. And you see that the ice magic goes up the pipe, and up near the top, it blows open again because of the ice. It seems like the ice might have accidentally damaged the pipe a little bit more than actually helped.
Dang. I can spider climb.
You can spider climb.
Spider climb is one of my spells. I don't know how helpful that's going to be.
So right now, yeah, the shelves are like all about 10 feet. There's a bit of a domed roof above that, probably going for another 10 feet or so. The chandelier's there, and you can see along the wall this tiled ceiling.
I search for some kind of like emergency shutoff valve.
Okay, make an investigation check. What was that? I'm sorry.
2 minus 1, so 1.
Yeah. You're good at like during like a lunch rush or something, you're really good at finding shit in the walk-in, like real fast on the the low boy or whatever. But looking for shut-off valves, not your forte. This all looks way too technical and weird in here, all too alchemical for you. So yeah, I'd say at this point now, like the water's kind of coming up to Hester's waist. It's kind of coming up to, or like your chest almost. Everyone else's kind of waist area, and it's just kind of sloshing around in this room.
Okay, I want to assist with that investigation check.
Okay. Yeah, you can go ahead and make an investigation check as well.
My modifier is I rolled a 19 plus, so 22.
Sure. Yeah, you look this over and you're like, oh yeah, classic pipe. You know that there is not any kind of control valve. If you had to guess, there's a control valve above it somewhere in some kind of room or chamber above where you are right now.
I cast spider climb and climb the living daylights out of the wall up. Let me make sure I have my. Do I need to roll again, essentially until I rest, right, for surge?
Yes, yeah, you're gonna have to do that all the time.
I rolled a 3.
All right, barely saved again.
So yeah, spider climb up that chain.
Okay, so yeah, you go like up the shelf, and then kind of up the curved roof. So now you're like walking kind of, like almost completely upside down. And you come up to, you want to go like underneath where Melvin push open the thing. Okay, yeah, you're right there. You can try to push open the thing if you want to. All right. And you lift it up quite easily. With the spider climb, you're either upside down or climbing like Spider-Man, one or the other. And you pretty easily push open the tile, and you can see up above you that there is a room of some kind in there. Make a perception check.
Oh,
Make
before
a
that.
perception check.
Okay, and then I'm going to tell you guys what I'm doing. But I got a. That's 6.
6. Not great. You can see some kind of flash of light in this room occasionally, but you can't tell what it is. What was that? I'm sorry, you're cutting out like quite a bit. It's kind of hard sometimes.
I cautiously proceed.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
You let us know what you're doing, or am I just watching you disappear?
As I climbed up the wall, I yelled that I'm gonna go find the lever up above.
Okay.
The chandelier and follow if I can.
Sure.
Is it too small for me, or?
No, you think you could probably fit through there.
Okay.
Yeah. You can make an athletics check real quick.
I have 12.
Okay, that's enough to climb up. You make your way up, and you're like grabbing crystal, like, and throwing it to the ground, just reaching for the scaffolding rather. Yeah, and you can definitely you're getting up to where Hester is, and you could definitely get through that hole as well. Tad, what would you like to be doing?
I'm gonna jump off the bookshelf and wade my way over.
Okay.
Try to get onto the chandelier too. I'm not getting left behind.
Sure. Yeah.
What
So
look for.
hand over hand, swimming through the muck, and like as you're swimming, like there's just all kinds of potions floating in the water with you. You can see like some of them as they're like pouring into the water. Some of them are forming like ice crystals.
Oh, God.
Some of them are making like little smoke bombs. Like a couple of them you can see as the water comes out, the water is turning into snakes and fish. Like
I swim
and start
faster.
swimming. Yeah,
Swim much
Yeah.
faster.
And at this point, yeah, the chandelier is within arm's distance of the water, so you can grab on and try to climb up. Make an athletics check to climb up the chandelier.
Let's see if all these pull-ups helped.
Mm-hmm.
All right. That's a 7, 8, 9, 10, 11.
That's enough. Yeah, you pull yourself up. The pull-ups have been helping. And yeah, you
Had
pull
to
up on
install
the
that
chandelier,
button.
which is kind of swinging a little bit, and the water is kind of lapping at the bottom of it. But you can climb up to the hole as well. So, Hester, you said you wanted to go up in there and investigate. Rock on. You push open the the hatch, and come up to this room. And you notice the first thing that you see is that flashing that you saw is this electrical bolt that's arcing between two coils, just causing like this large electrical arc.
Tesla coils.
Yes.
Is that what they're...
Yeah. So you see a large operating table in the center of the room with two Tesla coils connected to it that rise up towards the ceiling and attached to a mess of cables and wiring. This wiring seems to run to several giant metal machines against the walls of the room, and they're covered with switches and dials and gauges. And on some nearby tables, you see, are an array of monster body parts. You can see there's arms, there's a table with legs, there's a table with heads, and there's a table with brains in jars. And you also see that there's this hulking torso on the center of the operating table. And none of the body parts are gory in any way. Instead, at the connecting joint of each of the limb, there's a grafted metal plate with what looks like threads of a screw along the edges. It seems like you could simply screw any of these parts into the appropriate places on the torso, and they would fit and they would snap into place. Also, each of the heads only go as high as the brow line before it's cut off. So basically right here by a similar metal plate, indicating a brain jar would screw on top of that head. So you see these all just kind of laid out in an arrangement. What would you like to do?
The first thing the priority in Hester's mind is to turn the water off. So I would like to scope the scene for anything that looks like it might turn the water off downstairs.
Okay. With your previous investigation check, with this in mind, I'll let it ride the number that you got, because it was pretty high. It was like a 20 something or whatever. Yeah, you were pretty immediately like you go to the wall where you knew that there was that the pipe was snaking up, and amongst it you can see there's there's like a odd machinery, odd like futuristic looking machinery, like there's things with like steel and glass knobs and stuff, and like some kind of monitoring equipment. You can see a fire extinguisher in the corner, and you do see that this pipe comes to like a valve ending that kind of goes in the wall, and you see that there's a large pull lever that you could pull. You think we probably shut off the water.
Would I be able to use Mage Hand?
You probably could. Let's just take a look.
Yeah, I want to do that. Cantrips rock.
Yeah, they do. Mage Hand. Mage spells. Mage Hand. You can use your action to control the hand. Yeah, absolutely. You could totally use it. So what's your mage hand look like?
A little raccoon hand.
Nice.
Little raccoon paw. All right, so out from your hand, you see this kind of ghostly raccoon paw, this arcane raccoon paw originate, and it's just like, ding, 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 like swatting at something, and eventually puts itself on top of the lever and pulls it down. You hear a large, and you can hear, I would say, the people that are not quite into you can hear this too, because you're all kind of at the top of the channel. You can hear the rushing of water kind of stop now as the water is lapping your feet pretty much, like with the rest of the chandelier enclosed in it. But it does seem the water has stopped flowing.
I want to kind of like gently quietly climb back down without putting my feet in anybody's face, and just relay the information of what I just saw.
Okay.
But the water below us is going to probably take a while to dissipate, I assume, right?
If you had to guess, yeah, there's quite a lot in here. It filled up real quick.
Keep going and get the little bastard that ran away, if we can find him.
And be very careful and quiet.
Yeah.
More comfortable knowing that you guys are following right behind me.
Okay. If you're trying to be quiet, roll a stealth check for me.
Ooh, that's going to be an 11.
Okay. I've seen worse. So you sneak around. And yeah, as you sneak around, you can see there just more odd equipment, strange wirings and strange machines. But actually, as you kind of walk around, you can see all these tables that are set up with these body parts. You can see there's a couple different types. You catch an eye at the table that has all the arms, and you can see one is an ogre arm, one is like a harpy's wing, and you can see one of them is like a large purple tentacle, like with like suction pads on it. and all of them have these kind of metal screw like pieces at the end of them that seem like they can snap in.
Yeah.
Yikes.
Quietly creeped out.
Yeah. Abby normal brain, and no.
What'd you say? I'm sorry.
No, sorry, I was just being silly. I said find the Abby normal brain and
Sure.
see if it works, but
Well,
no,
actually, you do see a table with brains in jars.
Yeah.
They all seem to have labels on them too.
like to see what they say.
Sure. Yeah, you go up to them. One of them looks like a little peanut of a brain, and the label says Cetheriths. You see another one that seems. I mean, as a barbarian, you've probably seen some brains in your time. It looks like a rather normal sized brain, and it's labeled Timmy. And you see one that looks kind of small, and it says Grushnak. And then you see another normal one, and it says Bartholomew. And they're all kind of like this. It's all like Scotch tape that's been slapped on them and then like written in marker the name on it.
The guy said in the tavern that he's been stealing body parts and stuff. I wonder if it's for this experiment.
If we put one together, if we would have like an ally.
Bartholomew instead of I don't know. You could try it though. Allies are good. You're hurt. Spend some hit die and heal up because I forget you're still at like 5 hit points.
Idea. I have like my HP maximum is like 11. It's really sad.
Oh boy.
Yeah, I'll spend a hit dice. Let me roll that d6.
Sure.
Oh, sweet! I got a 6.
Oh yay.
Nice. Back
Plus
at
your-
exactly at 11.
Cool. Plus your Constitution modifier as well.
Doesn't help me at all.
Okay. So yeah, as you're kind of looking around now, you look over to the table that has all of the legs splayed out on them, and you see a set of cheetah legs, you see a set of frog man legs, and a set of minotaur legs. You look over to a table that has all these heads, and once again, like the neck is where the neck is this iron bracing, then right above the brow is this iron bracing, and you see a minotaur head, this bull-like head with a big nose thing in it, and you see a dragon. You see a dragonborn head, like this red dragonborn head that's just mouth closed, eyes closed, and you see what looks to be like a snake person head, like almost like a cobra person, but with the top and the bottom shaved off. They're just kind of lined up as well.
These don't have any names on them, unlike the brains.
These ones don't seem to have names. No, the only thing that seemed to have some names attached to them were the brains.
Should we build?
Yeah, it doesn't seem like we can build any one thing cohesively.
It seems like a bit of a mishmash. Yeah.
Yeah.
Tentacle. I think that tentacle could be handy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not
Minotaur
the cheetah
legs,
legs, not the
Dragonborn head.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'll run down your options if you do want to create your own monster.
Yes. Let's choose what we
Why?
say.
So you got tentacle arms, you got ogre arms, you got harpy wings / arms. They're kind of like wings that kind of end in arms. For legs, you got cheetah legs, you got frogman legs, and you got minotaur legs. For heads, you got minotaur head, dragonborn head, snake man head. And the brains, like I said, one of them is labeled Sastaris, one of them's labeled Timmy, one of them's labeled Grushnak, and one of them's labeled Bartholomew.
Okay.
Master Chef, does Grushnak sound like an orc name?
Does it sound like an orc name or an ogre name?
Roll a history check.
Natural 20.
Does not sound like an ogre name or an orc name. It sounds like a minotaur name.
Oh.
I'm guessing Satheris is a snaky type name.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Or it could be Timmy.
Oh, Yonties are evil.
Yeah, the Yonti, the Yonti prince known as Timmy, of course.
He would be. Ooh.
Vote Dragonborn head and Bartholomew brain. That's what my gut tells me.
Okay.
Dragonborn head, Bartholomew brain.
Are we still going for like tentacle arms though?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So, who would like to attach the head and brain to the creature? Tad raised his hand first.
Tad is really
Tad's
interested
like,
in this project.
Yeah. So you go over and you pick up this dragonborn head, and you're like, okay, and you just snap it into the neck. Like the torso looks, if you have to guess, human-ish. It's larger, much larger than a human torso, but nonetheless, you just take that head and goes, makes like a real satisfying clunk as you put it in there.
This is fun.
And you grab the head, the brain, and slap that into.
Nice.
Who will attach the tentacled arms? All right. On each side, yeah. For you, it's quite an ordeal. Like you're carrying these large tentacle arms, and you're finally able to snap them into place on both ends. And the tentacles, you almost see them twitch a little bit, but you think it might just be your imagination. Didn't seem to move, but who knows? And who will take the legs? All right. And what legs are you going to use?
Minotaur legs.
All right. So you pick these dog-legged kind of legs with these huge hooves on the end and snap them in. And I would say Hester is probably the most intelligent one here, if I had to guess.
Yes, I have. My intelligence score is a 17.
Okay. Are you proficient in Arcana? Yeah.
The plus 5.
Okay, roll an Arcana check for me. What was that?
It was an 8. So
An 8?
3 plus 5, yeah.
Okay, that's probably enough to know. You look around and you're like, something needs to zap this thing to life. And you're looking, and there is this large spike coming through the ceiling. And you look around and notice a equally large lever next to the operating table. You pull it?
Yeah.
All right. You get up on it. And with that, you see the platform raise up. And you hear a crack of lightning through the sky. And it comes down through the spire. And both of the Tesla coils start spinning. Like there's these capacitors on them that start spinning. And the lightning arcs between them into the body of the beast. And a moment passes, and then the beast lurks.
Yay.
And would anybody like to say it's alive?
Yeah.
It's alive. And as you see it lurch, it pulls off of the restraints and comes down. This beast with these two tentacled arms flying around, these 2 stomping minotaur legs, this dragonborn head and this brain on top of it. And it's looking around confused and looks it down at you and says, "How may I be of service?" Bartholomew. And he bows.
Yes.
Yay!
And he
What a good bro.
and he looks around and he's like, his tentacle arms are just kind of flailing. It's like, my, it sure is quite disgusting in here. This place needs to be cleaned up right away. And he starts going about. He's like fumbling. He's like, oh, it appears that my arms are weird tentacle arms. That's very strange. Anyways, how may I serve you? And like he's just kind of waiting around for you.
You help us find the doc?
Absolutely, madam.
Yes.
Right away. And almost on cue, you see the door to this laboratory open, the door that was going outside. And with a sudden squeaking of the far door, you see a hulking half-orc figure enter the laboratory. And he's just kind of humming to himself. You can see that he's wearing this patchwork lab coat, and he has a stethoscope around his neck, and he's carrying several brown paper bags. And his back is towards you as he's setting this group of keys into a cup on the table next to the doorway. So he's like kind of coming in backwards and like trying to shut the door and putting his keys on the table. And he doesn't seem to have noticed you. He calls over to his shoulder, Melvin, I got those bagel bites you wanted, but they're out of arugula, so I got some nice lettuce. That's basically the same thing, right? And you hear out in the corner,
Master, watch out! There's intruders from town!
you hear Melvin say this from the
Melvin.
corner and shimmers into visibility. He seems to have been hiding in the corner and next to the monster. And
The whole time.
the orc drops the groceries, and you can just see like eggs and coffee grounds scatter across the ground as he does. There's intruders, bellowing, and he's whirling all around, looking at the monster. Now the monster's just like, yes, how may I help? And you see underneath the coat of the doctor, he pulls a reflex hammer, except it's the size of a warhammer, and. He says, looks like Dr. Bonesaw will be delivering a terminal diagnosis tonight. And I'd like you all to roll initiative.
Oh my god! Let's see, what's my dexterity? Rolled a 14.
All right. One second. Let me get some things together.
Together.
First, we
Dex,
got
right? Mother.
the monster. We've got the doctor. We've got Melvin, that son of a bitch. And we got our heroes, who I need to select and copy.
And we got to this monster before Dr. Bone Grinder did.
Dr.
Sounds
Dick Bag.
Yeah.
Let's see here. We got the doctor.
Hey, we should be friends with him.
He seems amiable to you. So we'll see. La. Dr. Bonesaw's initiative. I lost my pen. I need a new one. Hold on a second. There we go. And Dr. Bonesaw is an 8 plus. 8 plus nothing. Alright, so he's gonna. And the monster. So the fun thing is that the things that you added to the monster give it its abilities and what it can do.
Ooh.
So
Bye.
give it the minotaur legs.
It is fun.
Ooh, I got pretty high too. 15. Okay, so Jordan, what'd you get?
I got an 11.
An 11. Okay, Jordan. Liz, what'd you get?
Oh, 1.
Oh, 1. You'll be going next week. You'll be
Basically.
going. And Brittany, what'd you get? What was that? I think you said I can read lips. I think it was 14.
Yes.
Yeah. These audio problems, I tell you. All
I
right.
wonder why it's just me and Brittany.
Yeah, that is really odd. 14, 15, 14, 8. Oh, and Melvin, the asshole, Melvin.
You and your
that
East
roll?
Coast secrets of audio.
Yeah.
West Coast.
The West
No,
Coast.
they've got East Coast.
We do.
Oh,
Yeah,
yes.
they're hidden secrets. We had to break the seal in the Vatican to, receive good audio. 4, 5, 6. So Melvin didn't get good either.
Did he get better than a 1?
He got better than a 1. So sorry. So actually, the monster is first, and he looks around a bit confused. He says, I apologize, but we seem to be at a bit of odds, he says, with his large tentacle arms and his dragon, like this is coming out of a dragonborn face. And he says, may I be of any assistance? And he looks to all of you first.
Yes, please help us fight Dr. Bonesaw.
Kill that dick Melvin.
Oh, well, are they nasty people? Must they be taken care of?
They're hella rude.
Yes. They're super rude.
Okay. At that, the monster,
Left this place completely dirty.
his dragonborn face kind of furrows in a brow, looks at Dr. Bonesaw and says, I'm afraid I'm going to have to ask you to leave, sir.
So great.
So
This
polite.
is so awesome.
Let's see what he can do. He's gonna get nasty right out the bat.
Yes.
He takes he moves you both out of the way with tentacle arms. He's like, excuse me, madam, and excuse me, says, and just like kind of pushes you. And the dragonborn head reaches back and just unleashes a cone of flame upon the doctor.
We picked so well. Yes.
And let's see. Oh, he's going to take half because the doctor has a pretty good dexterity. But he will take. Actually, for fun, I'll have one of you guys roll this. Someone want to roll me 4d6?
I don't mind. I have 4d6 handy.
There you go.
So that's going to be a 13.
13. Okay, the doctor will take that damage. As he is immediately surprised, holding his reflex hammer, and now just engulfed in flame. And he says, "No, you're my child!" Ah! Just covered in cinders. And that will be his attack for the moment. So, Brittany, Hester, what would you like to do? It is your turn.
Oh, now that I learned how awesome Magic Missile is, I'm going to cast Magic Missile at
All right.
Marvin, or whatever his little
Melvin.
name.
Yeah, he's making the face pretty much that's on his token right now, so very, very hittable.
Yeah. I'm going to turn around and aim Magic Missile at him.
Yeah, you hit unerringly. So it's a 3d4 plus 3.
5 plus 3 is 8. 8 damage.
8 damage. All right. Yeah, he was already looking pretty bad before. He's looking even worse.
Wipe him out.
You can see one of them hits his head where he's already has like patchy hair, but you blow off a section of the scalp, and he's just like, ah, no!
Does he have a skullet now?
Yeah, pretty much. All right. Well, that is your turn.
For my surge thingy.
Oh, right. Wild Surge. You're good on it? Sweet. Chef, you're up.
I'm really angry at Melvin, so I'm gonna move. I can move 6 squares, 30 feet. So I'm gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm gonna go straight to him.
All right. Yeah, you hop over the operating table, like just pummel over it and jump over all the like wires and shit.
We kind of like dive roll and then get back up and keep running,
Yeah, exactly.
axe in hand, and I'm gonna hit him in the face.
Right on.
Nice.
Actually, before I do this, can I bonus action into a rage?
Sure. Yeah.
I'm raging. 7 plus 5 is 12.
12 will miss, unfortunately. Melvin has a high AC.
Jeez.
Yeah, so after that running, you accidentally trip a little bit on one of the wires and just come, like, just right in front of his eyes, just missing him. And he says,
I never did anything to you. There's no problem here. Ah.
just, like, bleeding back in horror. All right. Dr. Bonesaw is up. Doctor is in. He will walk up towards Tad.
He said, what have you done to my child?
Made him awesome.
That's true, you did. And he will take out his stethoscope and he'll just slam it into your chest.
What the hell,
He's
bro?
going to roll
Don't
to hit.
tease me.
Ooh. So it's a 23 to hit you.
Yeah, that definitely hits.
All right, so you'll be
Thanks.
taking 2, 3. All right, so immediately you take 3 cold damage as the coldness of the stethoscope. You definitely didn't breathe on it beforehand.
It's really
Hits you.
uncomfortable.
3 cold damage, and I need you to make a Constitution saving throw.
Alright. That is a 7.
Insufficient. So you will Bonesaw instead will have advantage on all rolls against you until the end of his next turn, as he has found your weakness by listening to you. He says,
Ah, yes. Chest congestion. I have the right remedy for that.
and holds up his reflex hammer. So let me give you a little token so that we can remind that you have that. Just give you a little wrench. And yes, he will actually use his reflex hammer on you.
Okay.
After listening to the stethoscope, he will take his reflex hammer and come down hard. One will miss. One will probably miss. 10 to hit.
Nope.
All right, so both times you just bash it out of the way. Do you have a shield? with you?
I do, but I don't have it equipped right now. You still don't.
Okay,
hit
so
me.
you're just fending it off with your
Just
weapon.
reverbs.
Right on. All right, so that is what he can do. All right, Melvin is up. Good old Melvin. So, not having any potions on him and being right up in the face of a barbarian, he takes this sling out and tries to throw something at you with a sling.
Not David and Goliath this, and just
Yeah, that's what's happening. That's totally what's happening. And, all right. So, 8. 14 to hit?
Yeah,
That's
14.
your AC. Okay. All right. So you will take 6 points of piercing, and I need you. So he lets loose this little pellet that, as it arcs through the air, one of the Tesla coils hits. And as it hits you, it seems to be electrified. I need you to make a Constitution saving throw.
What?
15.
15 is just enough. You feel this jolt of electricity just kind of come over you, and you're like, ugh! But you push past it with your pure strength.
Where is that coming from? That's coming from the Tesla coils?
It's coming from the thing that he threw at you. It seemed like the electricity arced into it, like as it hit you, pretty much. These guys seem like they got some nasty tactics. So next up would be Tad.
Tad is
Tad
going.
Johnson.
He's gonna pull out his shield and his warhammer,
All right.
and he's a little mad that he has the same weapon, but he's gonna attack with it one hand.
Right on.
All right, word. That is not gonna hit. That's a 3,
These
4,
fucking
5, 6,
rolls.
7.
Oh my god.
Yeah, no, that's a 7.
That's amazing. All right, yeah, that's gonna miss, obviously.
Yeah. I am, though, gonna use this opportunity to take my action surge and just try it again.
Okay, yeah, action surge, totally.
Because that was bullshit.
Because you a fighter, and that's what fighter do.
All right, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15.
15 on Bonesaw. Where's Bonesaw? 15 is what you need. So
Yay!
15 will hit.
Awesome. All right. Ha! That's a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 damage.
Damn. All right, well, every bit helps, Liz. Yeah, you come down square into onto his noggin, and he's kind of wearing this like a surgeon's cap. And when you do, it splits open, and he's like, "Oh, my attire! Oh, it's really ruining my brand." And yeah, you smash into him pretty good. Well, that ends your turn.
Yep.
Okay. The monster. It says, "Now I do declare this is just all a bit uncouth." And he will... 5 over, yes. He's like, "Now stop it here!" And he puts his wiggly arms to his shoulders and stomps his feet, his minotaur feet. And as he does, the whole ground just shakes. So I need Bonesaw and Liz to make a Dex saving throw.
All right, 19.
Ooh. Yeah, you save. Bonesaw doesn't. So you're like barely keeping your feet below you. Bonesaw falls over. He's prone on the ground. And he says, I made you what you are! Yelling at the monster. But the monster doesn't seem to be paying much attention, for he has a butler's brain currently. So, next would be Hester.
Ooh. Something. I'm gonna keep going after Marvin. Sorry, Marvin.
No, it was Melvin. You got it right there.
Melvin. I would like to. I'm gonna use my final spell slot, my first level spell slot, and cast magic missile at him again. I just really want him to die.
Yeah, it's been effective thus far.
That's the only one. So that is going to be 3. Let's see. So that's 4. 9 plus, so 12 damage.
How would you like to kill Melvin?
Yes.
Magic missile, and I'm gonna accidentally sneeze as I do that, but it, like, giving it that extra power.
Yeah.
Achoo! And it's gonna really fly.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, you sneeze, and it's just enough to propel it across the room, leaving leaving 3 holes in Melvin's chest directly that are smoking. He says, I guess I deserved it, and then falls back into the machinery that sparks and, like, erupting in flame and sparks as he falls back into it. All right. Well, that ends your turn. All right. So, we got Chef next.
I think I can only go 6. So I'm gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Yep.
And Frenzy, which means I get an attack on a bonus action as well.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
So I'm gonna do 2 attacks to Dr. Bonesaw.
You got it.
Second one is a natural 1. So 2 natural 1s.
2 natural ones?
Whoa.
Whoa. That's amazing. Well, yeah. So I'd say, yeah, you come up to him, and Bonesaw, he has one of those old timey surgeons, like, steel things that, like, reflect light. I actually don't know I think it's for light. I've never actually known what those are for. And as soon as you run up, he just looks at you and it's like, like, kind of blinding. You're like, ah, and miss twice horribly.
We're swiping at nothing.
Yeah, pretty much. Just missing horribly. All right, Bonesaw's up. and he will. Yeah, actually, using that head mirror that blinded you a bit, I need you to make a wisdom saving throw.
Seventeen.
That's enough. Yeah. Like you're it's like, but you manage to catch yourself, regain your composure, and he will take his reflex hammer and swing it at you as well. So that is 17 to hit.
That hits. Yeah.
Okay. We got these guys. Ooh, didn't roll well. So 7 bludgeoning. And this is the fun thing. He says, "Let's check your reflexes," and he smashes you with it. And when you do, you reflexively swing at Tad. You don't have any control of it, but you're like, ah! Like it just like your
Oh my gosh.
your reflexes move. So I need you to use your reaction to make an attack against Tad.
What?
Oh, that's a 19.
What'd you get?
19 to hit.
I think that hits Tad.
From his because it's bludgeoning damage. You said, and I'm raging, so I just wanted to make sure I take half damage. So it would be 4.
Mm-hmm.
So now I do damage on Tad.
Yep. Roll your damage on Tad.
You monster. It's what? 11
Can't hear
damage?
you.
Oh,
11.
Yeah, 11. 1-1. 11 damage.
Woof! That's not good.
All right, we're getting pretty low here.
Yes. That's the magic of the reflex hammer.
Ah.
All right. So Dr. Bonesaw making his annual inspection. Reflexes are good. Melvin would go, but he's dead. And Tad, you're up.
All right, I am going to attack Bonesaw
All right.
with Warhammer one hand. Ba-ba-ba-ba-da. Oh, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. No, that
No.
doesn't work. So then I'm gonna use my bonus action to do second wind and
Yep.
heal a little bit.
Sure.
1d10. So that is 6 points more. Okay,
All right.
so that helps a little bit.
Yes. Every bit helps. Well, that ends your turn.
Yeah, I do just want to say one thing to Jordan while you're next to me. As long as you stay within 5 feet of me, you have protection, which means if Bonesaw attacks you again, he gets disadvantage.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah,
Yeah, because you have your shield out now, so yeah, you can.
I forgot that I had that, so.
Yeah, I think it works with shields. Once you have your shield out, you can kind of deflect in front of your friends.
Bam.
All right. Monster is up, and he's going to squid slap Dr. Bonesaw with his squid arms. He says, "Really, this is quite unnecessary, sir." Unfortunately, he will miss Dr. Bonesaw with his squid arms. They kind of get caught up in the reflex hammer. He's like, "Stop it!" It's like trying to get him to stop his shenanigans. But the squid arms are all like in front of him. All right, so that is the monster. That brings us back to Esther.
I would like to use. I have a meta magic thing called Careful. I chose Careful Spell, so I'd like to cast Firebolt at the doctor and avoid hitting my companions that I would have to go through.
Totally.
Well, that going to be 19 to hit.
That'll hit him.
So that I'm not rolling the wrong damage. So fire.
Fire.
Yes, 1d10.
Yep. More mosquitoes in my room.
7 damage.
7. Very good. Yeah, this mote of flame bursts off of him. He says, I was just coming home with the groceries. This is ridiculous. So... Chef is up.
I would like to use sorry, I'm reading about all my stuff that I can do. And I have Reckless Attack, which gives me advantage on melee attack rolls during my turn, but attacks versus me have advantage.
Yes.
Until the end of my next turn. So I'm going to swing at him with my axe with advantage.
You got it.
And that is a 14 to hit.
14 will just miss, unfortunately.
My bonus attack
You got it?
will be a 24 to hit.
Yeah, that'll definitely hit.
The die plus 5 is 15.
All right, that's a good chunk of fucking damage.
Yeah, whoa. Right on.
You slam it down on his chest, pull it out, and there's a stream of blood from the good Dr. Bonesaw. Will that end your turn? Okay. The doctor, looking around, he's like, "This is awful. This was just supposed to be a Saturday night." He's going to take the disengage action and run behind his machine.
Damn it.
And so that would be that. I'd say, Hester, you can see he's rummaging first. Actually, no, he's not rummaging under his cloak. He reaches over to the table that's behind him, and he takes this blood pressure cuff, except it's a massive blood pressure cuff, and he pulls open the Velcro, and he's just looking at you like... But unfortunately, that's all he can do for the moment. Melvin would be up, and Tad, you're up.
I am going to drop the shield for a sec and shoot him with my longbow from here.
Okay.
All right. Let's see. 10, 14. 14.
Just misses.
Damn. Yeah.
Yeah, as you shoot the bow through, like, it goes through one of the, like, the Tesla coil capacitors, and it's just kind of like fries like a bug in a bug zapper, pretty much.
Okay.
It's not getting through there.
Well, then for the rest of my turn, I will just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I will just kind of sneak up back this way.
All
Try
right.
to distract him a
Very
bit.
All right, that was the monster is up. And what will he do? All right. So the monster can't move very far, not even with those minotaur legs. And so he's just stomping. And he's just like looking around. He's like, "This, we must pick up. What if we are to have guests?" And he's trying to like move things on the table with his tentacle arms, and they're just like breaking alembics and vials and stuff. And he's like, "Oh dear, it's just getting worse." Like he can't quite clean the thing with his dragonborn head saying these. So that's what he's gonna do for the time being. Hester, you're up.
I think after that menacing laugh, Hester would be very nervous and cast invisibility on herself.
Excellent.
Going to move to kind of be away.
Sure. Yep.
It's goodish.
So you touch yourself, and then whoosh, your self vanishes. And you can definitely see Bonesaw is just like, "What the hell's going on?" Like he's very confused. He was gonna have just a nice night with Melvin, pizza bites and arugula, and you guys
Not even
fucked
arugula,
it all up.
just lettuce.
Oh, that's right. It was lettuce. Yeah,
Wasn't even good. It was iceberg, I bet.
yeah probably. Yeah, iceberg wedges. All right. So that was Hester. We got Chef is up.
Yes, I'm gonna relentlessly attack again. So I move over to Mr. Bonesaw and take a swing with an axe.
Okay. And this is the advantage for disadvantage thing.
And that's a 21 to hit.
Yeah. Well, it.
11 damage.
Damn.
Is an 18 to hit
Yeah, that'll hit too.
for 12 damage.
Jesus Christ.
Dang! Oh my god.
Nice.
Barbarians, man. They don't fucking around.
Great.
Yeah, so and you're using an axe or
It's a great axe, so it's a 1d12.
okay, cool. Yeah, you're just bashing into this guy, and he's looking worse for wear. Just like why every time you hit him. All right.
Lettuce rather than arugula.
Yeah.
Set me
So-
off.
Yeah, yeah. It's not arugula. So he sees that his target was now invisible. Looks at him and he's just like, "Stop hitting me!" And he tries to wrap this blood pressure cuff around you. And he will do so with an attack like this. Ooh, that's going to be 19 to hit. All right, so let's just make sure. So he wraps it around you, and he goes with like the little hand pump thing. You can feel it just like starting to constrain you. You are grappled, and okay, and yeah, instead of using his hammer, he's just gonna keep pumping the blood pressure cuff. He's and you can just feel it just like crushing you. And you can actually see, I'd say, Tad, actually both of you can see the top of Chef's head just getting redder and redder as all like the blood's getting pushed up into his head from this huge cuff. And you will take... you will take 11 points of bludgeoning? Probably. Yeah, bludgeoning damage as this thing is just crushing you more and more. And he says, "Stay off the salty foods." Like, it's just continually pumping. All right. And that'll bring us to Tad,
Tad is very upset,
I'm sure.
and he's gonna hit him with his warhammer
All
in
right.
the face. Maybe. 11, 15.
15 is what you need.
Yes. Kick ass. Okay. That's 6. And that's 7, 8, 9, 10 damage.
Damn. All right.
Rolls are finally coming back to
They're
us.
coming, when
hope
you
so.
need them, they're coming through. Yeah, this one, you smash your warhammer into his shoulder, like he's facing away from you, and you smash into his shoulder, and you can see that it's like cracked something, and he's just like, ah, like goes down a bit. He's looking worse for wear. He's looking like he's seen better days. Well, that ends your turn, Tad.
Yes? Yeah.
Yeah, is that a yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can't free you, I don't think.
Right. All right. All right. The monster's up.
Oh, yeah.
He looks over and says, "It looks like." He says, "Oh, sorry, ladies and gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen, are you having a problem over there?" And he cocks his head kind of towards the door. I'd like you all to make perception checks for me.
Ooh, nice. I got a
3. Yeah, not
That's
great.
17.
17. What'd you get, Brittany? 21. I think I heard. I saw. Okay. Yeah. Tad and Hester, you can hear over the sound of the combat that's going on. You hear like rabble rousing. You can hear like coming from somewhere outside. You're not entirely sure. And the monster says, "Oh, it seems like we might have guests. Excuse me." And he just starts walking towards the door.
No, I don't want to lose our friend.
And Hester would be up.
No, I have a backup plan if this is too crazy. But since I'm invisible, would I be able to grab some of the electrical wires that are connected to some of, all of this stuff?
Mm-hmm.
I want to... the doctor with these.
You want to take him and shock him?
Yeah.
I like where that's going. Sure.
Well, I'm like, okay, I've got the opportunity to, like, sneak up on him and try to...
zap him.
Like... yeah.
That's excellent.
Right on. Yeah, so let's do... So it's not too hard to... You pull out, like, 2 large cables. Like, they're, like, arcing electricity between them. You're like, yes! And, let's see. Make a, roll a d20 and add your, dexterity to it.
13.
13. Actually, because you're invisible, roll with advantage. Because he does not see you coming.
That's gonna be a 15.
15's what you need. 15.
Oh, yeah!
What you need.
Yay!
This is fun. Let's say, roll me 2d10 lightning damage.
Oh, wow. Dang.
This is a powerful machine that is... I mean, you summoned the power of the skies to bring this monster to life, and so these cords are full of juice. 17?
Yeah, 17.
All right. How would you like to kill Dr. Bonesaw?
MD.
I am just gonna start laughing manically because Hester realizes that this is like her... This sounds really terrible, but like, I'm killing somebody. Like everybody's like, yeah, we're gonna kill him, and she's like, I've never killed anything.
That's
so
true.
this is like her first. This is her first kill. So she's just like, ah, ha, ha, ha. Like while she does this.
Yeah, you're manically while invisible. So actually, the rest of you just see these floating cables like floating in the air. And by the mechanics of the game, as soon as you put them into them, you become visible, and you're just like a mad gnome. And Dr. Bonesaw's like, can't say much as he is just waves of electricity are coming over him. You can see his headlamp blasts open. You can see the blood pressure cuff that he was holding deflates. There's kind of a all around you, chef, and falls to the ground. And the mad Dr. Bonesaw collapses to the ground, dead. And with that, we are now out of initiative. And almost immediately, you can see that the monster's like, coming! And he's like trying to use his squid arms to open this door that's in front of him.
Oh, no.
And you can all hear a commotion coming from outside of the castle or outside of this door. And suddenly, these doors are blown open. And you see the monster's like, my! Like tries to put a tentacle up to his mouth in shock. They're thrown open, and coming out through the door is revealed the mayor, and behind him are a entire mob of townsfolks. They're carrying torches and pitchforks, and you can see that some of the pitchforks still have the price tags dangling from them as if they were just purchased. And the mob is yelling stuff like, kill the madman, and just say no to playing God. And there's another one that says, now that all my peers have banded together with a common goal, I have less hesitation in taking direct action. And you think you see the goblin in the back still with the headset on, just says, Angry Mob Simulator is just like the being in a real angry mob. He's just kind of dancing around, waving around.
Oh, no.
And you see the mayor, Glenn. I don't think you actually got his name before, but Glenn Bergeron, the Burgermeister of Hammelburgerberg, comes up, and he says, and he looks at the monster, and he's just like, Abomination. This is what we were trying to stop him for. This is why we were trying to stop him. And all the people like, ah, and says, we kill him. We end it tonight. We destroy this monster.
No.
And they'll all look, and the mob looks at all of you, and they say, what are you doing? Kill it. Kill it. It's an affront to everything that's holy and right.
Like, passion to convince everybody. I run. I'm quite sure I trip too. I run to say, no, he helped us kill the doctor.
All right. Make a persuasion check.
That's going to be an 11.
An 11. Okay. Let me see what the mayor thinks of that. He says, you're a shifty gnome, just like that shifty little munchkin that the doctor had. He says, I bet you're in cahoots. I bet you're related. I bet you're his wife.
So racist.
Like, ew, gross. You're crazy.
And he says, not as crazy as this affront to nature. And he says, men, set fire to the castle. And you see everyone with the torches now moving to set the place ablaze. They move throughout the room, and they start setting it on this whole room on fire, essentially. And they're just like, ah! And you see people with the pitchforks coming at the monster, and he's like, my, this is horrible. This is horrible. And you're all in the back there, and you see that the fire is now starting to engulf this whole room. And you see the monster just go, no. And he just takes a tentacled arm and whoosh, just like knocks 5 villagers out of the way, takes another one, whoosh, knocks another 5. And he turns around calmly as this now fire is burning in this laboratory, and he says, gentlemen, lady, after you. And they're in the front where there's like the beam that holds the door open. It is collapsed. And he takes one arm and lifts it up, and he says, please, and motions with the other tentacle arm for all of you.
Okay.
I follow. I go out.
All right. So you go out. And he says, it was nice knowing you, chef. And he says,
Oh my god.
Dad, Hester, please. And you can see like there's like fire now crawling up his body. He's like still like holding complexion, his condition.
Bartholomew,
Says, you don't have much time.
Terrible. Single tear down my face, and I'm just like, thank you. And we ran.
All right, so you run out. And he just, and like the head turns to you with the brain case still on top as you're all outside of the door now, and he looks and says, it was nice knowing you. Goodbye. And then drops the flaming pillar. And you can hear him still bashing village people around in the fire, and you can hear the mayor like, no, you know. But the rest of you have a direct route out through the castle now. And I believe that is when we pull all of our adventurers run out of the front of the building, the front now billowing with smoke, black smoke. And as you all take your breath and look up towards the castle, the camera pans out. And that is where we'll end tonight's one-shot D&D session, The Castle of Dr. Bonesaw MD.
Whoa. You were the monster.
Yeah,
all
that was
along.
awesome. Thanks, man. That
Oh.
was really cool.
No problem. I hope you guys had fun.
Yes, that was amazing.
Yeah.
That was like truly delightful.
Cool. Obviously, huge thanks goes to Lex, who wrote most of this stuff. Wrote all the doctor's abilities and monsters' abilities and all the fun stuff with the all the different mods you could put on the monster and all that.
Nice.
So
That was so clever. I'm like, what?
Yeah.
What? Oh my god.
I'm glad you guys made the monster, because we were talking about it before and we're like, what if they don't make the monster? And they're like, well, I guess then the doctor will make the monster and I'll have to fight the monster. And I'm like, it'd be way more fun if they make the monster. So,
Yeah, I had a blast.
yeah. Cool. So cheers, guys. Hope you enjoyed it.
Thank you for DMing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thanks.
I had a blast. It was a lot of fun.
Yeah, thank you for being the DM. That was awesome.
Totally.
I've never
Hopefully we
played
can do it again.
online and on Roll20 before. This was a lot of fun, though. So.
Absolutely. No, you guys are all great players. Hopefully we can do it again sometime. I DM for any at any time.
Yeah.
But I think with that, Lex, if you want to jump in and if you have anything to say, closing out the recording at least for us. See you, Lizzy. By the way.
Take this cushion away again.
Oh my god, you're the cushion.
It boosts me up too much.
You chill out.
But yeah, thank you guys for playing in this one shot. It was great to have you. And once again, you can follow these awesome people on Twitter if you want. People tell where viewers can find you real quick.
Yeah. Give the plugs, Brittany.
Yes, we are definitely on Twitter at Venture Maidens is our Twitter handle, and then for everything else, it's on our website, theventuremaidens.com.
And you can find me on Twitter. I'm at Jordan with a silent PH in the middle, basically my username on the screen here. And you can find, if you search that on YouTube, you'll find me on YouTube as well for my Forgotten Realms Explained videos.
Very helpful videos. And Liz? Does Liz have? She doesn't. She said she doesn't want to be.
She's the Dank Dungeons thing, which I will plug. But you should go ahead and plug your thing in.
Yeah, and I haven't in a while, but there is some music in the works. Castles full of vassals, pretty much anywhere on the internet, including Bandcamp, Facebook, on Twitter. I am Here Gomez 8, one word, and. Yeah, I've been DMing some stuff. Hopefully I can DM some stuff more publicly like this, because this was fun. And we'll see what happens.
Can you spell that? Here B Gomez?
Here we. So HEREWEGOMEZ number 8.
And you can actually watch some of Chris's other DMing. What is it, like Wednesday nights, I think?
Yes. So I do have I have a shit show of a campaign that I've been running for over a year with some dear friends of mine. And that we play at
I think it's
Binary.
Yeah,
twitch.tv/binary Brandon.
Yeah, because it's Brandon's
our friend,
Twitch channel, and he plays in the game.
It's one of his Twitch channels. Actually, I just uploaded this. If you go to my Twitter, we recently just uploaded all of the recorded sessions that we've done for over a year. So there's almost I think like 35 3-hour sessions that we actually put up. You can watch me start being a DM. Over a year ago and being really shitty at it, and continue kind of being shitty, but it's slightly better to this day. So that's fun if you want to invest that kind of time. But that link to that playlist is actually on my Twitter page now. So
cool.
Check it out if you want.
Yeah, and if you want to check out the first season of Dank Dungeons, that is on our YouTube channel right now. It's 7 episodes, so you can check that out. We're in a studio. It's cool. And we're gearing up for
looks really good.
Oh,
it's
yeah.
Really high pro.
We're gearing up for our second season that'll look way worse because it'll have much worse cameras. But yeah, so the second season we're probably going to start filming that in, I think, like late June or mid-June or something, and that'll start showing up on YouTube sometime in July, so check out that. And if you want to help support the show, you can donate to our GoFundMe, which is gofundme.com/dankdungeons. There will be a link in the description for this video. But yeah, I think that's pretty much everything. So thanks everybody. Thanks Lizzy, who's off screen right now, for playing. Thanks everybody else for playing. Yeah, have a great night. Have a great weekend, everybody.
And a great Memorial Day weekend.
Yeah.
Eat some barbecue, drink some beer.
Ew.